little bit different from what I normally talk about. But congratulations to Alex Ovechkin. He is now the all-time goal scorer, surpassing Wayne Gretzky for 895 goals on Sunday. Man, what an amazing feat. I just wanted to get on here and say thank you for 19 amazing years. It's been a blast watching him play hockey, and the fact that he got that many goals is really unbelievable. He even said it back in his early years that he'll never surpass Wayne Gretzky, and here he is surpassing him. He has one more goal than Wayne Gretzky in the same amount of games that Wayne Gretzky played. 1,487 games, I believe it was. So that is just pretty awesome. I figured I would pop on today and show you guys some of my memorabilia, see if anybody pops in. I'm doing this live. If you are watching this back later on, feel free to smash the like button. This isn't something that I normally talk about, but something I'm going to be talking about tonight. We'll see if there's any hockey fans out there in the stacking world. All right, gotta turn that down. Where is the volume? All right, I think we're good. So anyway, all right. So yeah, I just wanted to show some of my memorabilia because man, what an amazing feat! I can't believe that he surpassed Wayne Gretzky on goals. And to be honest, I've got quite a few pretty awesome pieces from him. I got a puck that he signed on both sides for me personally. I have a jersey that he signed for me. I have multiple autographed pucks, and I have a puck that he scored with. This is his 323rd goal that he scored with. Pretty freaking awesome. But anyway, yeah, so Ovechkin, I wrote down a couple stats kind of just to talk about a little bit in case nobody shows up. At least I can talk about something. So he was born September 17th, 1985, in Moscow, Russia. He is number 8. The Great 8 is what they call him. He's a left wing. You know, the computer said that he makes about 5 million a year. That seems kind of low to me, but yeah. Multiple awards. I mean, the Ted Lindsay Award, he's won 3 years. He won the Stanley Cup in 2018. Art Ross Trophy, he won in 7 and 8. Calder Memorial Trophy, he won in 5 and 6. Conn Smythe Trophy, he won 17 and 18. Hart Memorial Trophy, he won for 3 years. And the Rocket Richard Trophy, he won for 9 years. So, pretty crazy. So, yeah, and if anybody's interested later on, if you guys want to hang out, I do got a box of cards we can open up and go through. I've done this before in a video, not necessarily a live stream. But if anybody's a hockey fan, man, leave a comment because I've got some cool stuff to show you if you're interested in it. If not, I don't know how long this will really last. But anyway, here's his rookie card. It is an upper deck. It's not one of the greatest ones, but it is his rookie card. I actually got this, and this was a gift. This, and I got a Sidney Crosby rookie card back in the day. And so, yeah, for his goals. So this is the goals that he scored to get to 895. In 2005, 2006, he scored 52 goals his rookie year, then 46. His third year, he scored 65 goals. Then 56, 50, 32, 38, 32, 51, 53, 50, 33, 49, 51, 48, 24, 50, 42, 31. And this year so far, he has 42. So, you know, if you can't tell, I'm pretty proud. I had season tickets for many years. I mean, I don't know exactly how many years it was, to be honest. I split season tickets with a friend of mine. So I had 20 games, he had 20 games, and then we would usually go to the Penguins game together because there was usually 41 home games. And so, man, tons of stories. I have so many stories from back in the day. But I used to go through when you first go into the stadium, like there's um you know, obviously where you get food and all that stuff. We would always walk past the same spot, and our tickets were in 432 row D, but they would always have a silent auction going on. So I picked up so many pieces from the silent auctions, and this is just my right what you're seeing here on the desk, this is only my Ovechkin stuff, and I have a lot of other Ovechkin stuff too. But I mean, I have tons of other players. It's all Capital stuff. All my hockey stuff, except for cards, is all Washington Capitals. But yeah, this is like probably an eighth of what I actually have. So I met him once. They do a thing called the Puck Surprise, and that was pretty cool because they so there'll be a puck, right? And this would not be in this sort of thing. It would be sitting down like this, and then you would pick it up. You would pay $40 to go get a puck. You would pick it up and see what the number was on the bottom. You can see that was the number. It was number 8, and then you would know that that's who signed it. This was the 40-year anniversary. Right now, this year they're in the 50-year anniversary. So this was from 10 years ago. But that was an Ovechkin puck that was signed by him, and I only paid $40 for it too. So that was really cool. Same with this one. It's another one signed by him. And then the same with this one. And so they're all a little bit different too, which is cool. This one was actually a gift. A little bit different signature too, a lot smaller on this one. So as I said before, I was season ticket holders, or me and my friend were. Will Lamb, what's going on? Thank you. So I'm just talking about Ovechkin and the stories kind of that go along with it. I had season tickets for many years, and this is just a portion of the things that I picked up over the years. Where was I going? Okay, so being a season ticket holder, you got certain perks every now and again. And so one of the perks was, yeah, okay, I got too many memories happening here. One of the perks was we went to Six Flags America, just outside of Washington, D.C., down 214. And basically, it was only season ticket holders that were allowed there this night. And there was different hockey players all over the place. And so you could go and get autographs from all those people. So we got tons of autographs from them. I actually got a couple here. Braden Holtby, when they won the Stanley Cup in 2018, Braden Holtby was the goalie. So that's something I got signed from him at Six Flags. Then I got this one. This is Marcus Johansson from back in the day. Keep in mind, these are probably 10 years old. This number 34, I can't remember for the life of me who that is. I'm really not sure who that is. Or this one. I think this is 89. Man, there's been so many players through the years, I really can't remember anymore. But anyway, so we did the Puck Surprise like I was talking about with these other ones. You pay $40, you get a puck. You never know who it's going to be until you pick it up and look. And you can't just look at a bunch of different ones. You have to go pick one, and that's your puck. And then once you walk away, you can look at it, kind of thing. So one year they were doing that, and what happens with the Puck Surprise is you're surprised with who you actually get a puck from, right? And this is only at the stadium. Like I said, you pay $40, get a puck. You never know until you look after you pick it up. But there's 5 of them every year they do this. There's 5 of them that's not signed. And what you get to do is go after the game and meet a player, and they sign it for you. Well, the dude that was supposed to do it, I don't even remember who it was, but he had gotten sick. And so Ovechkin took his place. And I'll be damned if she didn't, my better half picked up the one where we got to go meet Alex Ovechkin. You talk about somebody with nerves, and I was drinking, man, I was drinking like a fish that night. But trying to calm my nerves down, I was telling everybody, I'm going to meet Ovechkin. So, funny story about this. I'm probably the only person that has a puck signed on both sides. He actually signed it upside down at first, but you can see how it kind of started to run out. Like the pen didn't really work that well, and there was a lady there that was kind of watching over everything, running the show, and she said, "Oh, the pen ran out. Let's get him another puck." And I said, "No, that's all right. Here, just sign the other side for me. That'll work." And sure enough, he kind of looked at her for a second. She shook her head, yeah, and he signed it. So I don't know how many pucks there are out there that are signed on both sides by Alex Ovechkin, but that's pretty damn cool, especially now that he's the all-time goal scorer with 895 goals. We still got 6 games left this year, too, and I'm pretty sure he's going to hit 900. Once he gets on a roll, and that's what's so awesome about him. Every time he gets close to things like this, he always knocks it out, like so fast, way faster than normal people would. And this is how long I've been a fan. I got this. 50 goals and counting. Know how old that is. Crap, I just got into the thing. 50 goals and counting. So yeah, this was when he first came to DC in 2005, 2006. That's when everybody was kind of starting to watch around here because we had this amazing player. And my buddy that I had season tickets with, he since passed away. Um, what a great guy. I miss him terribly. But he'd always tried to get me. We lived together for a couple years back when I first got out of high school, kind of thing. And he was always trying to get me to watch the games, and I was like, dude, I don't want to watch hockey. Come on, man. I used to watch it a lot with my grandmother, and she actually passed away in 2020, and then like a month before that, he had passed away. So I lost both of my people that I used to watch the games with. But anyway, he took me. I didn't want to play when I lived with him. I didn't want to watch the games. I was like, whatever. I want to watch something else. He would watch it in his room sometimes. Sometimes we would watch a game, but I was never really that into it. It wasn't until he took me to a playoff game when we were playing the Pittsburgh Penguins and walking into that building. And when I say it was electrifying, like that's what it was exactly, electrifying. Like it was crazy. The place was so loud and just rumbling. And we beat them that game. And I was, at that point, I was freaking addicted because the rush that you get from being in a stadium like that in the playoffs and they win the game. I think Ovechkin got a score that night. I'm pretty sure he got a goal. So, man, I was pretty much hooked after that. Doug Harding, what's up? Go! took me a took me a minute to figure that out. So if you've ever watched any of my videos from back in the day, they won the cup in 2018. This was in a lot of those original videos. I thought it was cool because it looked silver, and I was a huge hockey fan. And a lot of people really don't know this. I started to call myself Capital Currency because I was a huge Capitals fan. And I live pretty close to Washington, D.C., so the Washington Capital. I kind of think of things as capital currency is, silver and gold, right? That's the capital type of currency. That's kind of where the name came from. But the Washington Capitals had a big to do with that. And then my friend had just passed away, and so it was kind of like a shout out to him as well. But anyway, so when I used to go to those silent auctions, this was there. Goal number 4. This is what he scored a goal with, the 4th goal of the game, and that was 2/7/2012. And it was the 4th goal. So I figured it out. I had to go back and count all of the goals, right? So he got 52 his first year, 46, 65, 56, 50, 32, and then 38 the year for this. I went back and counted everything. This is the 323rd goal. I was looking these up earlier. The ones that are way higher than that, there was one like in the 800s going for like $8,000. I think there was one that was close to 500. I think it was 498 or something like that. That's the one they were selling for $8,000. There's another one that was going for $4,000. I'm like, is this the time to sell this sort of thing? Because I'd sell this for $4,000. You know what I mean? I don't have an eBay account. That's where I saw that. But man, that was crazy. This was cool. This is a bobblehead that I got from going to a game. I think they gave this away for free. Little bobblehead, and that was when he won his trophies. So that was pretty cool. This was from the Winter Classic, little bobblehead. This is the big bobblehead from the Winter Classic. This was when they played the Pittsburgh Penguins for the Winter Classic in Pittsburgh. And actually, I've got a really cool picture to show you. Watch this. This is pretty cool. So the Winter Classic is when they play an outside game, and they played in Heinz Field, Pittsburgh football stadium. But they played a hockey game, which is pretty cool. This is from that game. Nope, that's not the right one. What am I doing? Hold on. Bear with me. I got too much stuff laying around here. Here we go. They wore the throwback jerseys. This thing's a little dusty, but that's from that game. I got a bunch of these pictures, man. It's still got the corners. Well, I've never even hung these things. I got tons of them. That was a cool picture. And then they played again against the Blackhawks, and that was a puck from that. And then this is the picture from that one. I think they won both of these games too. You can see like that's a football stadium in the background. Pretty cool. I had somebody that used to come through my work all the time and sold these for like $50 a piece. I've actually been trying to put some of these up. I've had some of these on offer up just to sell them for I think 60, and nobody really bid on them. But you never know now. Here's a really cool picture. Look at that. He's got the Canadian flag in his hat with a goofy looking hat on with sunglasses. He's got 2 sticks in his hand. This was for the All-Star game. That was one of those goofy pictures that he took, and everybody was laughing about it. And then I got stuff like this. Like this, I picked this up in the silent auction. That's from an All-Star game in 2009. Limited edition. This is number 20 of only 108 piece of the net from the All-Star game. That wasn't cheap. That's probably going to be worth a lot of money now. Now that he's the all-time goal scorer, I think that's going to go up a lot. And that puck, the autograph pucks, I've seen those. They were going for about 150 not too long ago. Now they're like 300-400 sometimes. And then this was when they won the Stanley Cup. And it shows all the games and everything. That was the final. That was they played the Vegas Golden Knights, and I think that was their first year as a team. It made it all the way to the final. That was a good team too. So how hockey works, if there's a new team that comes in, every team gets to save a certain amount of players, but the players that they don't save, that team that comes in gets to choose whoever they want from each team. But yeah, you know, you got to get a hat. So I got this when they won the Stanley Cup too. But I got something really cool. Check this out. So what they'll do sometimes is, I've only saw this happen being at the games. Now, I've probably been to 150 to 200 games, if not more. But a couple times they would shoot these shirts out from the rafters. And I saw everybody coming out. I saw them walking up in the rafters, the people. And we're in the 400 section. Granted, as soon as you walk out, you just walk left. There's no step. You just walk left. It's the 4th row, which is actually really good seats because it's at kind of center ice. You're looking at one goal a little bit to the left, and the other one's pretty far to the right, but you're kind of center ice. And I think that was where the Cap shot twice, if I'm not mistaken. But I see these guys up in the rafters, and I'm like, Eric was my buddy. I'm like, Eric, I think they're about to throw something down because you could see they had stuff in their hands. And sure enough, these parachutes come flying down with a shirt attached to them. This is how much of a fan I am, too. I'm going to have to put this back a little bit. I've never even opened this. So that was the parachute. Capitals parachute. So these came down from like up at the top of the stadium. The people were up on the catwalk throwing these down. That's the original shirt that came with it. It's extra large. I've never opened it. I don't even know what the shirt looks like. I got so many Capital shirts. But that's a pretty cool piece that I got. That was free too, by the way. Nothing wrong with free. This right here. Here we got this is the Rock the Red, the terrible towel during the playoffs that you know, make it get crazy. Fling that around. I've got 2 of those actually. So when I went to have him sign that puck for me, and he signed it on both sides because the pen ran out. For those that might be just joining, I got Ovechkin to sign a puck for me on 2 sides. He signed this, but you could see how the pen started to kind of run out. And the lady was trying to get another puck, and I was like, don't worry about getting another puck. Just sign it on this side. And so he did. So he signed it on both sides for me. Awesome. But he also signed my jersey for me. So he actually signed that puck twice and my jersey. And that was in a thing that he wasn't even supposed to do because somebody got sick and he ended up doing it for him. But yeah, man, here's a story about this. This is a practice puck. Me and my buddy Eric, we're sitting there right before the game. If you get to a game, you can go early, like during practice. You don't have to go to your seat. You can go down like around the goal and watch. A lot of people bring signs and just sit there, and so you can always watch up close when it's practice time. Well, we had walked out And we didn't even take but 2 steps down and just sat down. I had a beer in my hand. I had some nachos. He had a beer in his hand. He had some nachos, or he was eating something. And I was sitting there, we're talking, and all of a sudden, I feel like I saw a puck fly up. And I was like, thinking to myself, like, what was that? Was that a puck? And I'm looking, I don't see nothing. All of a sudden, right before the puck hits his face, I mean, it would have smacked my buddy right in the middle of his face. I've stuck my hand up and tried to catch it. Well, I knocked it down so it didn't hit him, and I spilled the beer on the person in front of me. They were all pissed off, like giving me the side eye from from the back. And I was like, I'm really sorry. I don't know if anybody saw that, but a puck just came through here. And I said, hey, Eric, can you grab that puck for me? And he grabbed it for me. I was like, dude, I saved you from getting smashed in the face. You can at least just hand it to me, not make me jump over you for it. Because he didn't even know it was there. So he gave it to me, and that's how I got this puck, practice puck. I don't know who shot it, but it came over the glass. And we weren't even sitting behind the net. We were sitting like looking straight down at the side of the net, and it came up all the way up to like the end of the rows right there. Pretty crazy. There's a lot of stories like that. I took my stepson one time, and he dropped my hat down in between the stands, and we're looking through the stands like, or the floor, like, well, I guess we're not going to see that again. I mean, man, that guy, he was such a big fan that I had to talk him down one time when we lost to the Penguins in a game 7. I had to sit there with him in the parking lot for 2 hours talking him down because he was just he was so pissed off. He was trying to fight people. And I'm like, dude, let's get out of here. You're gonna get a fight started, and I'm gonna have to finish it. You can't fight, so quit running your mouth, you know? It's like, I'm not trying to get a fight for you. So we get out there, man. He's like, I'm like, it's just a game, man. There's always next year. It's not just a game to me. All the time and money we've spent on this stuff, and they lose like that because they lost like really bad, and it was the first round of the playoffs, and I think we were like number 1 or 2 that year. So yeah, I had to sit for like 2 hours talking to him in the parking lot because he had had a few drinks. Now the cool thing about going to a hockey game is they don't serve you in the third period. So you usually, if you do get a little bit of a buzz going, you got time to sober up before you leave. And a lot of times we would eat something afterwards anyway. But yeah, that's just some of the stuff, man. This is pretty cool right here. I showed this earlier. 50 goals and counting. This is when he had only 50 goals, and now he has 895. He just passed Wayne Gretzky for anybody that's just joining. Here's something I got at one of those silent auctions. I was going to make a video about this because it has a coin in it, and I thought that'd be cool because, that's kind of what I do is coin videos. But Alex Ovechkin, 2013 Hart Memorial Trophy Award winner. Number 6 of 2,500. So that's pretty rare to get something of that low of a number. I mean, there's only 2,500 of them anyway. But that was number 6. This one, man, I was looking really hard. They had a couple of them, and I was trying to get number 8. I got number 9. But that has 2 coins in it. It's pretty cool. Alex Ovechkin, franchise all-time points record, 826. November 4th, 2014. Limited edition of 826, and this is number 9. It has it right here, too. Pretty cool. I don't know how many points he has now. I didn't even check that. I would like to know. If anybody knows, feel free to let me know. Will Land Hockey is amazing. You like the Golden Knights? I have a Kobe Shaq auto. Nice. Every time I press on this thing, it's after they win their championship. You personally got it signed? Yeah, that's the thing. I personally got like this doesn't even have a sticker on it, which really sucks. But he signed it for me, so I know it's real. But I'm gonna have to get this authenticated, and I bet you this is worth a lot of money because it's signed on both sides. Like that's rare. Now this one, the puck that he scored with, and I figured it out. This is the 323rd goal that he scored. This was his second goal out of 2 he got on a 4-0 win playing Florida, the Panthers. And that was 2011 and 12. So I had to go back and add up all the other years and then figure out when they played them for that game on the It says 2/7/2012. So I could find that game and then find out when he scored. So I figured out it's really hard, man. It took me a while to figure that out. But I figured out 323rd goal of 895. That is pretty cool. Invisible River Ranch, what's going on? Silver State Stacker, what's up? Let's go. Awesome spread there. I appreciate that. Broke Stacker, what's going on? Bad sport. Broke Stacker, yeah. If you talking about my buddy, he was a bad sport that day. Everybody saying hey to each other. Yeah, so this isn't something I normally do, but because Ovechkin, I was going to go live the other day. I was going to go live the night before Sunday, Saturday night, because I was going to tell everybody, watch the game tomorrow. I did post a short real quick. I had all this set up because I was going to go live that night before, but I didn't do it. And so I made a short like 10 minutes before the game just to tell everybody, go watch. I think I even did a community post too. And sure enough, man, second period, boom, he got it. Now we lost 4-1, so that kind of sucked. But it was pretty cool. Wayne Gretzky was there. Gretzky's wife gave Ovechkin's wife a gift, which was pretty cool. They stopped the second period. They stopped the second period for like 15 minutes to do a ceremony. Because when is this going to happen again? It took somebody 31 years to beat Gretzky. Gretzky got that 894 goals in 1993, I think it was. I don't know, 31 years ago. Thank you, Stacker. What's going on? Yeah, he broke the record, man. It was freaking awesome. But I appreciate you guys hopping in. I wasn't sure if anybody was going to show up. I had to give him props, man. I've been such a huge fan since he came, 2005, 2006. And I had season tickets for many of those years. And when I didn't have season tickets, my buddy had the season tickets, and I would just buy like 10 games off of him a year. That's what I did for a while. And then when me and my better half got together, I talked to her into going has with me. So that was our date night. And sometimes we would have 2 date nights a week, or 3 sometimes, be one on the weekend. They'd play Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday sometimes, we would go to all the games. But for the most part, what we would try to do, because I would pick 20 games, he would pick 20 games, because he had the tickets first. They were his tickets in his name. He got to pick the first game. I got to pick the second game. Now, a game I would always pick was the Detroit Red Wings, because when I was a kid, I went to a Detroit Red Wings game. And I just, nostalgia wise, I just wanted to go to that game because we only play them once or twice a year. And so he always gave me that game. He always let me pick that one first. But, obviously, because both of us want to see when they play a rivalry, you know what I mean? So we would always be trying to get the Penguins games. So usually what we would do is he would pick one Penguins, then I would pick one Penguins. We would always save one Penguins game because I'd get 20, he would get 20, and then we would go to one game together, and we always made that a Penguins game. So that's how we kept it fair. And that's how we picked. Like, he went first because they were his tickets, and then I went second, and we just kept going back and forth and try to figure out what days we were going to want to go. Sometimes we would go on the weekend, sometimes we would go on the weekday. It just depends on how we picked. And we just went back and forth through all the tickets. 41 home games a year. Now he can retire. Yeah, I don't think he's going to retire for another 3 years. I think he's about to sign a 3-year contract. I was just looking. He only makes $5 million a year. That don't seem right. I'm wondering if that's right. $5 million a year. That seems crazy to me. He's worth more than that. So anyway, if y'all want to see some other, and I've got I've got pieces of net in pictures. I got a Braden Holtby picture that's got a piece of the net. I've got a Mike Green autograph picture that has a card in it that's got a piece of his jersey. I've got the Hall of Famer, Rod Langway. I got an autograph picture of him. I got a Braden Holtby autograph picture. I got a Braden Holtby autograph. I've got probably 60 pucks that are signed because, like I said, I would always do the puck surprise, and there was no limit. All you had to do was get back in line. So if it wasn't too crazy, and we would always get there right when the doors opened, we'd be standing outside waiting for the doors to open and be like, we would usually wait about a half an hour to an hour and just sit out there, be one of the first 10 people in line and dart straight to it because we knew where it was. So we always knew where to go too. We knew right where our seats were. We've been around the thing so many times. So the one year when she won, the reason why is because we both got in line. You could get 2 pucks each. I'd get 2, she'd get 2. And I was like, I think I want to get 2 more. And she's like, let's go. So I would get 2, she would get 2. Then we would get back in line and get 2 more. I think we did it 4 times and got 2 pucks each at $80 a pop because there were $40 each. But I ended up that year, we ended up with a lot of pucks because people just weren't in line. So we were like, screw it, we're just going to keep going. And for $40, I mean, it doesn't matter who you get. All these pucks are probably worth probably $50, even the people that suck, you know. But man, I usually would get, like, I got Mike Green, I got Nicholas Backstrom, Alexander Ovechkin. I would get all of the good players. Here's another cool one I didn't show you. 500 points and counting. I don't know where he's at now, but it's got to be over 1,000. That was a pretty cool one. That was I think they were only selling these at the stadium. I mean, I got like little collectible pin sets. So here, y'all are going to get, y'all Knight fans, you're going to get upset here. I got something really nice for you. Somebody write in the comments, guess what that is? Now, that's something for me, but it's from you. Oh, yeah. You got to definitely be in shape, Invisible. I don't play. I never have. I would have never been a good hockey player. Now, I'm fast. I'm a good skater, but I've never ice skated. I've only like roller skated, roller bladed, that kind of thing. Yeah, that is a record. I'm trying to get back to some of these. Now he can retire. Okay, that's where I was. A lot of Vegas people here. So, okay. He needs to get to 900. I think he'll get to 900 by the end of the year. He's got 6 games to score 5 goals. Do you know there's only been, he's been in the league for 19 years. This is his 19th year. I think there's only been 3 years that he didn't get a hat trick. And he got multiple hat tricks. He got 2 and 3 hat tricks some years. I don't know the stats. I was going to get into that before I went live, but I didn't have time for all that, so I didn't do it. This is another cool little bobblehead. It's got the Stanley Cup in the back there. He's holding the Stanley Cup. I had to have that. I also, because we were a season ticket holder, I would show you, but it's so dusty. And I got a bunch of crap in front of my display cases. There's just, I'm in the basement, and that's where they are, and there's so much crap and stuffed in front of them, I can't even really show you. Not to mention, I haven't dusted it in like 2 years. So it looks really bad. But I've got 5 bobbleheads that came in a set, and only season ticket holders got these. And it had Braden Holtby, Ovechkin, Mike Green, Nicholas Backstrom. I don't remember who else, but shoot, if you go back and watch one of my videos I did when I was unboxing, I was breaking open hockey packs, right? I had a box like this, and I was cracking them open and trying to find something. I made a video out of it. I found the whole starting line of the Washington Capitals. I was so excited. I posted that video. See, I'd been through stuff, but I wasn't going to post anything unless something was cool, because I collected a lot of hockey cards over the years. That was kind of my thing, man. On payday, I would go get a box of hockey cards. And so I've got tons and tons and tons of hockey cards. Like, it's crazy. I want to sell some of those things. And I'm thinking about going to the store. There's a store up the street. I'm thinking about taking this up there and seeing what they'll give me for it. I know because this isn't authenticated, they're probably not going to want it or not pay for it what it's worth. But I might take that in there just to see what they say. I also, from being a season ticket holder, we got to go to, like, it was something at the DC Convention Center. And they had a couple players, and we met them and got them to sign our pucks for us. But then they had some alumni. And the only person I knew from the alumni was Peter Bondra. So we're waiting in line, and the lines kind of go like back and forth like this. You know, you got about 15 people, 15 people, 15 people, 15 people. We got right in the back and waited till we got all the way up to the first one. About 15 people left, and they said, "Oh, that's it. No more time. Sorry, guys. We got to get out of here." And I was like, "What? I just waited for like an hour in this line." I said, "No, that's not going to work." I ducked under the thing because it just had a strap going across, right? I ducked under it, and I went up to Peter Bondra, and I said, "Peter, sign your rookie card." The woman was like, no, 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 we're not doing that. And he said, no, I'll sign it. And he signed it for me. So I have to say, Peter Bondra is a really good dude. But this is like worth $1. Signed, it's probably worth more. But that's his Young Guns rookie card too. So he was an alumni. I don't think Peter Bondra is Hall of Fame or anything. But it was pretty cool to meet him and have him sign the card for me like that. And like I said, if I wasn't a season ticket holder, I would have never been able to get that. So definitely some perks. Yeah, he probably will get a pay raise if they want to keep him for another 3 years. No, he's not going to be 50. He's younger than me. I'm 45. I think he's 42. 41 or 42. Wait, hold on. I got his birthday. Hold on. What'd I just say? His birthday is 1985. So he's 40. September 17th, 1985. So he's got a couple more years. Dude, there's only been like 3 years when he's played 36 games. He's only been hurt a handful of times. And one of those was a long extension or a suspension for something. I can't remember what that was now. I don't know if he hit somebody in a messed up way and got suspended for a bunch of games. Like it was something crazy, like 10 games. And then he got hurt, I think, a little bit that year too. But man, he's kind of like the Iron Man. Like he doesn't really get hurt that often. Now he is getting older. I think in the beginning of the year he was out for a few games. Making more ads. Hockey is a brutal sport. You got to be in good shape. Okay, I read that part. I can't believe there's no silver. He's 39 till September. Yeah. I mean, for hockey, that is pretty old. I mean, those guys. And when, man, I tell you, when he was in the locker room, he looked kind of thick. You know what I'm saying? Like, he still got abs where his stomach looked hard, but it was sticking out pretty good. And I was like, dang, he's starting to kind of, his body's kind of not looking like the young man he used to be. He was never like in the greatest shape anyway. You know, it's not like he was all cut up and like some of those guys are just all like nothing but muscle. He was never really like that anyway. But check this out. He's got most goals ever. Guess where he's at in hits? Third. He's third in all-time hits. And he's got more goals than anybody. That's unheard of. That's crazy. I really hope that he just doesn't worry about goals and just starts hitting everybody so he can get first in that too, because that would be freaking awesome. All-time goal scorer and all-time hits maker. That's crazy. You know, a lot of people were paid just to hit people. That's what they get paid for. And he's getting paid to score goals and has that many hits. Like it's nuts. I don't know what it is, the number, but that's just a crazy stat. No port stuff. I got some port stuff. I don't have any OV port pieces. I was actually just thinking about that though. Um, I do have these type of things, but you're not going to be able to tell. It's a jersey, but I don't think that the lines will show up very well. That's pretty. You can feel it, but barely. But anyway, that's for Varlamov. This is a kind of a cool thing. He was our goalie. They changed his number from 40 to 1 year, and I actually had both of the pins. I used to collect these pins. Actually, this is 35 year. They're at 50 year now, so that tells you how long ago it was. But the front of that Ovechkin jersey, so I was telling you, he signed that for me. Well, when later, it was the same year, we went to go to Six Flags, and I wore that jersey, and then I retired it. But the whole rest of the team, this thing has been through it too, man. You can see it. I've got caught on a few things. That's Braden Holtby. That's Mike Green. That's John Erskine. I'm trying to remember who 89, and I don't know who those guys are. I got to do some work. There's so much cat hair and dust on this damn thing. Because, of course, you know, I like to look at it, so I always have it sitting out so I can look at it. And now it's dusty as hell. But no guesses on what this is? This is from your stadium, Golden Knights, when we beat y'all. And it wasn't even 7 games. I think we beat y'all in, what was it, 5 games? I think you only won 1 game. And y'all played so great that year, but we were just on fire, man. Nobody was going to beat us that year. We had such an amazing team. And the fact that they're doing so good right now, the Capitals are, I think, second. I think, now they're first in the East, but in the West, I think the Jets have a couple more points than we do. But in the East, there's nobody even close. Second is 10 points away from us. So we're going to finish out this year in first for sure on the East. But last time we were first in the whole NHL, we went out in the first round of the playoffs. I was so pissed off. And that's when I gave up my season tickets, man. The year before we won the Stanley Cup, I gave up the season tickets. I was so pissed off. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I was so mad. No, that year they didn't even make the playoffs. And I was like, dude, I can't keep spending this money. If they're not even going to make the playoffs, I can't do it. I got to give this up. I was going through a lot back then. I got sued because I moved out of a house. I moved out of a house. She stayed there. Supposedly my name was off the lease. Come to find out, she wasn't paying rent for a year. And the woman came after me for it 2 years later. And I had to pay $12,000 back. So that was fun. That's a nice little story right there. Lesson learned. I'll never do that again. Um, but anyway, let me show you what this is. I can show you guys some pours. I got a couple pours laying around. By the way, I'm going to be having an auction Friday. So if anybody's interested, stop by Friday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll be having my 12th auction with pours and some coins too. I got some pretty cool coins I might put up. But yeah, Vegas Stacker, I do have a Capitals 3D prints that I made. I don't think they're in here. Oh, by the way, the Chevy symbol. Somebody was asking me for a Chevy symbol. I got to make sure I'm going to do that for somebody. I 3D printed that. Oh, you know another cool story? So I used to always go and buy pucks. Right outside of where we sat, they had a store. So there was a place where you could buy beer. A little bit further down, there was a store. And then there was food across from that. So, like, we always kind of hung out in this area. And, of course, I smoke. So I always had to go down all those flight of steps to go out to the front and smoke. But we were right there at the escalator. So that's what was kind of cool. I could go down, smoke a cigarette, and come back up in between a period and go to the bathroom and get food. Like, it was really nice seats where they were. The 100s I don't really like unless you're all the way up in the back, because when you're sitting too close, first of all, you can't see the edge of the ice, and you got to keep looking back and forth, and that's just, I don't know, I don't like it. I like being further up where I can see everything. So being up in the 400 section and being at center ice, that's the best seats for me. Now the 200s are good too, but they're also kind of expensive. But anyway, I went to that store, and I was during that time she was pregnant, and so I was talking to the lady. Of course, she could tell she was pregnant because she came with me, and she was standing there. She was like, "Oh, here, let me buy something for you guys." She bought this for my daughter because I bought so many things from her and used to see her so many times a year, and I saw her for a couple years. She bought this for me. Wasn't that cool? She's like, "Here, I want to buy this for your daughter." I mean, that's cool when the people that run the store are actually cool with you like that to give you free stuff. I mean, you can't beat that. I'll never forget that. They played till 45. Yeah, I think he'll probably play till 45. Maybe I mean, there's been people that played till like 60. I think one dude played till he was like 60 years old. Now that was a long time ago, but and they didn't play as hard as they played. Like, remember the fact that he has this many goals, like when Wayne Gretzky was playing, those goalies were not good like they are now. They wouldn't even do the butterfly half the time. They would just be trying to kick the puck out with their skate. So many times I remember watching old games, man. It's so funny. Like there would be so many high scoring games, and it's just a totally different animal now. So the fact that he has that many goals, it's kind of crazy to me. And he even said back in his younger days, like, I'll never pass Wayne Gretzky. Don't even ask me that question because it's never going to happen. It's not possible. And sure enough, here he is. Crystal puck with game used ice. Bam. Will Land is on that. I think that was Will. Champs 2018. And that's from, says official game used ice. Now, I don't know how real that is, but these people are legit. Fanatics. It's pretty legit. But isn't that cool? I just opened this. I have had this sitting in a box for a very long time. I don't even display it. But if you look at it closely, it does look like some nasty ass ice. Like, it's not just clear water. It looks like it's got some chunks rolling around in there. And it is signed by the commissioner. It's pretty cool though. She got that for me. think that was a Father's Day present or birthday present. I don't remember. I need some capital pours. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Here, I'm gonna go grab it. Hold on, let me show you. Man, I think the other one's out in the shed somewhere. This is one of them. I 3D printed this. That's the old symbol, but getting the sand in there, it's just gonna kind of get stuck. So I was gonna try to make it bigger. This is too small, but I haven't got my 3D printer working great. And the back looked terrible. I made it too small, but I was gonna try to attempt to do this one again. And a lot of people like Eagles, and it's got the flag kind of. I think that's a cool thing that even stackers would like, even if they're not hockey fans. So I am gonna do this if I can get this stupid ass printer to work. Been having issues, man. I finally reset everything with the bed, put the old bed back on because I was trying to use the glass bed, and that was just a mistake. Now the springs are like so jacked up, I got to put new springs on it. I thought I had it lined up, and then go to print, and the thing is like a quarter inch away. I was like, what the hell? I just got pissed off and turned it off, and I haven't been back since. But the other one, you see this right here, the rock the red, that symbol with the eagle? That's the other one that I made. And it looks like that, but it's small. I need to try to redo it and make it a little bit bigger. I think that'll look way better. But it is that wing thing. And then when it comes up here, it's like right here is really tight. And if I get the sand down in there, it's just gonna pull the sand out with it. So I got to make that bigger too. And it is a pretty thin piece though, so I might make it like an ounce and a half. I don't know if anybody be into it, but even if you're not a hockey fan, and because Capital Currency, the Capitol building, it kind of means something for the channel even. I mean, I've got stickers that have the Capitol building on it. Not too many people have that. There's not many of these out there. I only made 60 of them. This is one of my original stickers. I made that years ago. I had another one that I had made with the Capitol on fire, and then January 6th happened, and everybody was all up in arms about whatever. And I was like, man, I'm not gonna make a sticker with that on fire because that's it's gonna look bad. That's not good taste. So I didn't end up even printing that one. I got some new stickers too, by the way. I'm gonna do some specialty stuff here. I got some of these like fuzzy looking stickers. I don't know if anybody got that deal. I got my other design, but they're fuzzy. It's almost like jeans. It's like jeans material. It's really kind of hard to show the difference. But they have like a texture to them. Like this is smooth, and this has like a texture to it. I paid $2 a piece for these damn things. I thought they were going to be a little bit cooler, but they're still cool. I'll probably do something special with them. I only have 10, so they're all going to be signed 1 through 10. Got that coming. I got a shirt. I got a Capital Currency shirt I just had made of the regular style design, and then I have the blue design on a black shirt. The new design is on a white shirt. I didn't realize that the deal was for a white shirt, so kind of got screwed into that one. I couldn't change it once I did it. Oh, that's cool, Will. Says my wife has one from when they won a couple years back. So yeah, they lost to us and then went back and won like 2 years later, I think. What was that, 2020? Because we won in 2018. I think they won in 2020. Unless it was the next year. Actually, it might have been 19. It might have been the very next year. Their second year as a team. That's what I'm saying. The fact that we could beat a team like that had all those good players. I mean, that's a good team. Like, that's not a bunch of kids coming up. Those are like players that been on teams for a while, and they got to pick who they wanted to make their own team. Of course, I think each team got to hold 8 people. So, like Ovechkin, Backstrom, You know, all of our good players, they held 8 players. But then the Vegas Golden Knights, they could choose anybody else they wanted from the team. And I don't know how many people they could get from each team, but that's how they got their team. And now we got a new team. Did you guys see, who is it? Utah. I haven't even watched them play yet. Utah's a new team now. And then there's another one too, I think. I'm trying to think of who that is. But Utah, I just noticed that this year. Now, my friend passed away when I had season tickets with him. So my grandmother, I told you guys before that my grandmother, we used to watch games back when I was real young, and then didn't watch for a couple years. Then got back into it with my friend. And then in 2020, I lost my best friend. And then like a month later, my grandmother told us that she had cancer, and she passed away 27 days after she told us. And so I lost both of my Capitals people. And so I didn't watch. In 2020, I didn't watch hockey. 2021, 2022, I didn't start watching until last year, I think. I started watching again. I just couldn't watch for a couple years, man. It was, I missed the people too much. And all I would do is watch the game and sit and think about them. So I just didn't watch for a little while. But we are back, Jack. I'm looking into getting a 3D printer. If I missed anything, just say it again. Yeah, don't get a I tell you what, if you want to get a 3D printer, Vegas, don't get the one I got. I got an Ender 3 Pro. It's not bad. It's cheap to get started. It's kind of cool. Here, I can show you. Man, I got crap everywhere in here right now. Ooh. That's the one I have. I even printed a couple things for it. That little green thing up there, that little thing right there. But I mean, it's cool for what it is. But if you're gonna get one, especially if you're trying to get like some kind of pores or something like that, or if you want something smooth, like I was showing you, like this is the back of this one. It didn't end up being very smooth. Now I didn't design this myself either. I was copying something off the internet, and you can see like that line right there. When you go to pour it, that line will show up just a little bit. But they make the ones where you kind of dip it. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but you like dip it. It's like in a bunch of, it's like a, I don't know if it's like a hot wax or something. I don't know. It's kind of what it seems like. That's not what it is though. But it just dips it from the top down in it, and every time it comes out, it has a little bit more. And it just keeps doing that. That's the way to do it. This one kind of starts, it builds it up from the bottom. And there's been so many times where it just doesn't even stick to the freaking bed. And the bed gets out of line sometimes. And now it's so out of line, I don't even know if I can get it back. I do have a whole nother one brand new in the box because I got 2 of them when I got this one. But I mean, it's cool. Like some things work nice. Like this one, this is the thing you learn with. That thing was so smooth. I thought, man, I'm going to be really good at this because it was all set up from the first time. But now it's all jacked up. Got things like this, the Guns N' Roses. Now this I probably could have did a little bit better. You see how it shows the pour, or not the pour lines, but the print lines, like really bad. I did it like this instead of doing it like this. I should have did it up. Whenever you're printing something, you want to do it this way, or maybe even like on a 45, straight up, or a 45. If you do it laid down, that's what happens. You just get all kinds of different layers to stuff. It still looks kind of cool, but I don't think that that's something. I've never even tried to pour this because it's very strange. I like to try to reprint it again and do it the right way, though. That's why I'm trying to get this thing set back up. So, man, something's in my throat. But yeah, that's what I got. I'm trying to think of what the other one's even called. Stackers will love it for sure. You talking about the eagle designs? I think so. Capital Building and the bird is cool. I have a sticker. I kind of remember that. I've heard horrible things about the Ender. Looking at the Bamboo Labs. Yeah, I've heard that those are pretty good too. Like I got this thing in 2020. No. 2020, right at the end of 2021, because I wanted to just try something, and I heard this was like the easiest one to get going with. And so you do got to put it together, but it's not that hard. Um, you know, it's not bad, but just like anything else, things go wrong. It's just not all that great anymore. But I also don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. And so, you know, I basically watched a couple videos and just went at it. And even learning like the whole Cura and how to do everything in the computer and how to pull the STL file, and then put it in the Cura and then make it a different size. Like even that just took me forever to figure it out. But I did it, but I'm trying to think of what that stuff is called, the way that those people, I can't think of what it's called. But there's no, you don't see any pore lines. It's so smooth because it's dipped. Like FG Stacker, I think that's the way he does it too, because he's got some really nice looking molds. I had a guy that was doing that stuff for me. 3D's going to be doing some stuff for me. But I had another dude, Michael. He flaked out on me, got all weird. I think he was mad I wasn't his boyfriend or something. He was a very strange dude. But would like text me and call me like every day, and I just wouldn't answer after a while. It's like, dude, I'm not your boyfriend. Like, what is wrong with you? I don't know you that well. Why are you calling me every day? So all of a sudden, he had a kid, right? And I didn't talk to him for a while, and I was like, he just had a kid. I'm gonna let him do his thing. I'm not gonna bug him about anything because he was supposed to be sending me pictures of guitars that he was gonna make for me, so I could, because I love pouring guitars, and I've done a few already. And you know, I play guitar, I play drums. I wanted him to do me a drum at one point, or something with drums on it. But the dude just kind of called me up out of the blue. He's like, since we haven't talked in 2 months, can you send me back my silver? And I was like, if that's what you want me to do. He said, yes. Never talked to him again. I sent his silver back, never talked to him. You know, here's the thing. This dude, so I didn't know this guy. He wanted to send me an iPad type of thing. It was a different name, but it was basically a little iPad type of deal. And I was telling her about it, and she was like, you can't accept something like that from somebody. You don't know this dude. Like, he could have some kind of stuff on that computer and come put it in the house, and it finds out all kinds of crap about us and everything else. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. I shouldn't do that. So it wasn't even my idea. He wanted to send me something. I kind of told him like, I don't want to accept anything like that from you, but I didn't know exactly what it was until he told me, and I was like, yeah, man, I'm probably gonna have to send that back to you. She's not gonna let me keep that. I just kind of blamed it on her a little bit. But you know, it's just weird. Somebody wants to send you something like that, and then I found out that people were using this thing. I forgot what it's called, but people were using this thing to spy on people. And so I think maybe he just didn't get to do what he was hoping he was going to be able to do. And so now, you know, he was making molds for me, and I was pouring things for him. He sent me his silver. He would send me molds, and I would pour like the poker chip that I do, the CC poker chip. He made that. I got two versions. I got a 1 ounce. It's a little bit over an ounce, and then I have one that's about a 2.5 ounce, I think, versions that I do. But anyway, gotta run, enjoy. All right, Vegas Stacker, I appreciate you hanging out. Just more work. You can buff or sand out the lines. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass though, and it depends on where it is. Some of the pours I've done are pretty intricate, and there's really no way to sand it. They're just too small. Now you could probably try to get like a little tight Dremel tool or something and get in there, but it's really not easy. It depends on the piece though. But yeah, you know what I do? Like on the back of this, before I'll pour this, and I probably should do it tonight. I'll take wood glue and I'll put wood glue all over the back of it. And the wood glue, you leave it sit, it'll get in between those cracks. And then the next day, I'll put more wood glue on it, kind of smooth everything out, and then just let it dry. And then you can even do it one more time. And by the time you do it 3 times, you will not see any of these lines. So that's something I do. I'm sure there's some kind of spray that you can probably spray on it too that would work. Like Flex Seal. I bet you if I sprayed Flex Seal on that, that'd probably work great. But then it's going to get on the edges too. So, I mean, if you set it on something flat, I guess that really doesn't matter as long as you get all the way around it. So Flex Seal might be a good thing. I have some somewhere, but I haven't tried that. Wood glue just kind of works for me. But anyway, my 3D printer needs motors. Uh-oh. is a project. Resin printers, that's what I'm trying to talk about. The resin printer, that's the one you want to get. But yeah, they make really good prints. You don't get any print lines with it because it's a liquid. It's like a resin that's just in a bucket and it dips the piece down into it and brings it back up. But then when you're done with it, to get it hard, you got to get another machine for it too, because once it's done printing, you got to put it into this other machine that shines, is it infrared or shines some kind of something on it, some kind of light on it. And that's what makes it hard. You can tell I don't know a whole lot about it. Pouring's hard enough, man. Trying to figure out just how to pour is a feat in itself, and I've been doing it for years. So trying to figure out 3D printing on top of that is just, I'm just not very smart when it comes to computers, and trying to figure out stuff is always a pain in the butt for me. Unless I got somebody sitting there teaching me how to do it, trying to figure it out myself is just always a pain in the butt. I'd like to get into it because it's expensive to get people to make prints for you, and then you got to sell 3 or 4 pours before you're even making any money on the damn pour because you got to pay for the print. I had a guy, and he's really good. I never did get anything from him though because he wanted to charge. I think he was charging me like 3 ounces of silver. I think it was 3 ounces of silver for him to make me like a little 1 ounce mold. And I was like, man, that's a lot. I can't do all that. Weird. People are strange. Yeah. Coming back slowly. I moved all the time. Disappeared. Man, I don't know what you're talking about, Invisible. You're kind of all over the place here. You never know. It reflects light. You're doing good. Expense hassle. People hassle. Too much. What was I going to say? Oh, here's my second pour ever. I don't know if anybody likes the band Tool. That was my second pour. I even left the thing on the back so it will stand up. And then in copper, this was my second pour. I was thinking about putting these up in the auction Friday. They're not going to be cheap though, because it's my second pours ever. I've only kept my first pour in silver, my first pour in copper, and then my second pour in silver, and my second pour in copper. 4 pours. That's the only ones I've kept of everything I've done. And I've poured hundreds of ounces. Probably about 300 ounces in silver now. Maybe 350. And maybe 100 and maybe 150 in copper. I haven't done a whole lot of copper. This is an older piece that didn't sell in the last auction. I'm going to put up again. I made this. Talk about high relief. I glued a couple things together to make this. This is one of those things for the shoes. What's the shoes called? The Crocs. And you can put little designs in the holes of the Crocs. I cut the back off and glued it to an old copper round. And then stamped it up with the CC and 1.47 ounces Troy. Pretty cool little piece. And I wanted to ask you guys, I want to do another eagle. Should I do this eagle? This was the first eagle I ever did. It's only like a half an ounce when it's poured, but it's a bicentennial eagle, 1776 and 1976. It's holding the bicentennial dates. It was a pin that I got. See, I glued the back of it to make it a little bit heavier. But it was a pin I found at a consignment shop. And I was like, man, that's good for people with coins because it's bicentennial. There's a lot of bicentennial coins. And it's an eagle, so a lot of people with the pours like it. But I also have this one. And this one looks amazing in silver. It's hollow. Or not really hollow, but you know what I'm saying. It doesn't really have a back to it. So I have to use a flask. I have to use 2 flasks to make one. Because I can't use a part of the flask that has the pins on it. So I got to use 2 different ones with no pin. And just hope everything lines up when I do it. But this is a cool one too. I kind of want to do this one again. I don't have a whole lot of silver. But I think that's 1.5 ounces. And the other one's like a little over 1/2 ounce. But which one do you guys like better? Gold Sniping Farmer, what's up? Come on, son. Eagle number 2. Okay, that's what I was thinking. 1,000 Years, great album. 10,000 Years, yes. That's not the best one, though. I think the best one is the new one. Newer one. 10,000 Years was the one before the new one. I'm trying to think of what the hell the new one's called. Dang, I can't remember now. Numa is my favorite song. I love that, man. Numa is probably, of all Tool songs, it used to be Enema. Enema, I loved Enema. 46 and 2. Um, Ticks and Leeches. So many great songs, man. I've been listening to Tool since the first album. I have all of their albums. I even have vinyl. Shoot, I got Opiate on my wall in my studio. Man, I wish I could play drums like Danny Carey. My drum set is pretty decent size. I probably could play anything that Danny Carey plays. I got a double bass foot pedal, but that dude does shit. I can't even. It doesn't even make sense in my head. I can't even click in my head how he's doing the beats he's doing with his polyrhythms. He's got his hi hat at one. He's got his bass drum at another speed. He's playing the snare on a totally different speed. Three different speeds he's playing. I can't. I don't get it. I can do two sometimes, but three, nah, not me. I wish I could play like Danny Carey. Can you beat Adidas? Second. Okay, you both like second. Adidas. I'm thinking of corn when you say Adidas. So I tried to do the flying turtle again. This son of a bitch was perfect. It was perfect all the way around. Perfect. The bottom, everything about it. It took me 3 hours to get the sand good enough. And I did this in the live stream. Everybody said leave the sprue on it and call it the flying turtle instead of the turtle because I did one turtle prototype. So then I did another one with the sprue I left on it to make it stand up. So it'll just stand up, and they call it the flying turtle. And I was like, all right, I'll make that a prototype too because it's the same turtle, but it is different. So I did a number 2 in the flying turtle. Never did the regular turtle again. Well, check this out. I tried to do the flying turtle, and look what happened. You see the back? The bottom there? Look how thin that is, man. I was like, you got to be shitting me. That damn thing was perfect. And then I noticed after I cleaned everything off, I just can't let it go like that. That looks ridiculous. And if I go to bend it a couple times back and forth, it's just gonna break off anyway. So I'm gonna clip it up here. I'm gonna file it down and sell this as a number 1 turtle. So if anybody's into turtles, and then I'm gonna try to do another flying turtle too. Although I got one I gotta send out to somebody. Anyway, but that'll be next week. Oh, here's the poker chip. That was the poker chip he made. I have another one that's like twice as thick too, but I like it because it says 99 silver right on it. I don't have to worry about stamping. It says silver and it's got the channel logo on it. So everybody was doing all their poker chips. Like the queen. Here, let me show you. Everybody knows the queen. She's the queen of poker chips, 7. And I was like, man, I want to do a poker chip too. So mine's a little bit wider, but it's about the same size. But I did mine in 3/9 fine silver. So anybody that sent me their poker chip, I gave them $5 off of my poker chip. And I was starting them at 45. They were like almost 1.2 ounces. That was pretty cheap. And I hope silver pops back up a little bit by Friday. And then maybe falls back down after that. So here's a Punisher. This is the first time it's a prototype. I was really surprised how nice this turned out. Because I poured it this way. The sprue came in here. And I wasn't sure if it was going to get through this and this and this. But it had 3 places to go. But I wasn't sure, man. And it did, man. It filled up nice. There's only one little spot right above the eye that's not perfect. And you really can't barely tell. I'm going to run this through the tumbler, though. So the lines down here will kind of be more of a burnish look, and inside the nose will be a little bit of a burnish look, and then everything else will be really shiny. Or should I just kind of do the burnish look on the whole thing? You think this would be better burnished or shiny? It's almost kind of burnished now. I think it would look good through the tumbler, but at the same time, I still got to clean it up a little bit right there. It's not perfect right here. It's flat, though. But yeah, I got to stamp everything still. I got a lot to stamp. Then I got a new cross mold for like $8. I was like, man, I'm going to pour it and then I'm going to hammer it so I can have a big cross. It's thin. It's only about 1.5 ounces. 1.6 maybe. But I hammered it. I'm going to run this through the tumbler. This looks really cool with the hammered look, shiny. So that's a pretty cool one, I think. Every time you hammer it, it always ends up being crooked because you're hammering it flat. It always ends up kind of twisting one way or another. So it does have a bit of a twist to it, but I think it's cool. I like it. I was going to do the smaller one again and hammer this because I've done this one hammered before, but this actually turned out pretty good. I think this is probably the best one I've done of a just a regular cross. So I was like, man, I think I might try to do another one and hammer it and just leave this one a regular cross. I think this is a number 4 when it comes to the crosses. If anybody's into the praying hands, that's a number 9 praying hands. And then I did a bunch more of the half-ounce rounds. So these are my half-ounce rounds. I'm going to stamp a CC on it. They'll be numbered 1 through 10. I got 10 of those. I still got to stamp it, though. And then if anybody's into copper, I got this one. I call that the skull bar. I call this one the alien spawn. And this is a tail variant because the tail is usually a little bit bigger. But I had so much work in this thing just to get it to where it was. I think the tail still kind of looks cool with this. So this will be a little bit of a variant if anybody's into it. If not, I'll just melt it down next time. Then Tuli was asking about if I had a copper praying hands. So I did a copper praying hands. I told her I was doing one, but I don't know if she saw that or not. I have to shoot her a text. I have this right here. This is a spearhead that I found 2 foot in the ground and decided I wanted to make a copy of it. So this is in copper. I might even do one in silver. I'm going to be working my ass off tomorrow and Thursday. I'll be live Thursday at some point too, probably around 2:30 like normal. I'll go live for a little while and show you everything I have done. And then Thursday after the live stream, I'm going to post a video for like an auction preview. And then I bought a Trump mold because I wanted to try something a little bit bigger. And man, I could not get that son of a bitch to work in silver. I tried it, I don't know how many times. It doesn't look too bad in copper, but even this one isn't perfect. I want to try to stick it in the oven tomorrow at 550 and then pull out the oven and pour into it and see what happens. Or make an oven out of my bricks and have the torch blowing on it so like it's red hot and then pouring into that. 6 times I poured it in silver, and every single time it looked like absolute dog crap. And I was like, no, I can't let this stuff go like that. So I was like, screw it. I'm just going to try it in copper and see what happens. And one worked, that one. And then I tried to do another one, and that looked like shit again. So pouring ain't easy, guys. But anyway, that's what I got right now. But I'm going to be working really hard the next couple days, so there'll be more to come. That eagle, I'll do that, the second eagle. If anybody's into this, that'd be about 1.5 ounces. I'll have that done. It's not too hard of a one to do. I don't have to push it in. All I got to do is sit it down flat, put a flask over it, put the sand on, flip it over, get another one, and put all the sand flat, and then just lift it up and just put them together. And then I got to make the sprue hole through the other side that doesn't have this. Put the sprue hole through that. Hope it's right in the middle because, you know, it's got to be like right in the middle. I can't be hitting these holes here. So it has to be right in the middle. So it's very, you got to be perfect to line it up. But I've done that a couple times. I think this will be a number 3. Well, I did a prototype of number 1. This might be a number 2. And I might even do this one anyway. If you guys like eagles, I might do both. I don't have a whole lot of silver anyway, so I can't get like too crazy. But anyway, here's something I got from one of the games back in the day. I think I got this from my daughter, and she's like not really into Ovechkin stuff anymore. She picked that up. Check this out. I got something else that's pretty cool. Now, this isn't Ovechkin. This is Roman Hammerlick. He used to play for the team, and he didn't play for that long. But check this out. It's kind of hard to show everything. Reebok. It is It's a hockey stick. He signed it here, but it got kind of scuffed up, so he signed it again down here. So it's signed by Roman Hammerlick. It says right here, his number was 44. So it says Hammer 44. I have a Al Jensen hockey stick too that he played with. Brand new stick, wasn't even broken. Al Jensen, and then I have another guy that I think was not on the Capitals. I think he was on the other team. My uncle got those because he used to work at the Capitol Center back in the day before they went to D.C. That was when they were in Maryland. And, yeah, one of them was broken. One of them was in mint condition. Perfect. But, yeah, those are the only 3 sticks I have. I wasn't big into, like, buying sticks too much. I really wanted to get a pair of Ovechkin gloves. That would have been cool. You couldn't even buy skates, I think, sometimes. But a pair of gloves or a helmet, that's one thing I don't have. I would like to get some kind of apparel. I think that'd be cool. Here. Don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me. This house is a freaking wreck. But I'm going to show you. That was my dad's, my grandfather's upright base. So this is where all that stuff goes. I got 2 shelves. That's all the Ovechkin stuff. And you can tell how dusty it is. Some of the stuff's missing there. Bruce Boudreau. Who's that? Jason Chimera. There's an autographed puck there by somebody. I don't even know. And then those are all autographed pucks. You got 4 more down there. Got the OVOs. I should have brought one of those out. I forgot about them. But I pay no attention to all the junk everywhere. That's the ones I was telling you about from being a season ticket holder. That whole set came together. But look how dusty this crap is, man. I haven't been in here in probably 4 years. Got some cards. There's some autographs here and there. Those are autographs. So that John Carlson scored with that. So I got his puck he scored with. John Erskine, he doesn't even play on the team anymore. He scored with that. A couple of autographs, some more bobbleheads. I think those 2 are Nicholas Backstrom. The one in the front and the one next to him. I think that might be a Backstrom too. I think I had like 3 Backstroms. I can't remember. There's so much crap. That's a Braden Holtby right there. I mean, oh, there's another scored puck. Oh, that's Knuble, Mike Knuble. I mean, they're just everywhere, dude. I got so much stuff. There's a whole nother shelf down there. Talk about memorabilia. That's not even show you the walls. I got pictures all over the walls, autographed pictures and just all kinds of crap. It's crazy. But yeah, I've been a fan since probably 2006. Because he started 2005, 2006. I don't think I watched that first year. I think I watched by the playoffs. Or towards the end of the season, maybe. I'm not sure if they made the playoffs that year or if it was the next year. I can't remember. But anyway, I had to come on. I had to say congratulations to Alex Ovechkin. I'm sure he's never going to see this, but you never know, right? I just had to say it publicly, man. Thank you for 19 years of amazing hockey. And the fact that you surpassed Wayne Gretzky is just, it blows my mind. To be honest, even if you had told me 2 years ago, I probably wouldn't have thought he would make it. No, that's not true. I always knew he could do it. I remember talking about it. He's the best. Actually, I got interviewed one time. There was a TV station that was walking around. I guess they were interviewing people for to put up on the screen in between games or in between periods. And they came to me and said, "Who's your favorite player?" I said, "Alexander Ovechkin, number 8. And they said, "Well, what do you like about him?" I said, "He's the greatest of all time." What's not to like? I was pretty drunk. Didn't have much to say. He's just the best, man. And then my friend, man, I was watching TV because, he would go to a lot of games. Sometimes I'd be home, or I'd go to the game and he'd be home. But, and of course, we would always go with our girls anyway. So, like, we weren't really at the game, but once or twice a year. Sometimes he'd take me, sometimes I'd take him. But we always went to that one. But I was sitting at home watching the game, and I was like, "Holy shit, that was Eric!" He goes by. He goes by the. He's because they have on the first level when you kind of first walk in where the store is. They always have a camera there, and in between the periods and before the game and after the period, sometimes they'll show people walking by. Well, he goes by the camera saluting number one. Yeah, number one, baby, woo! I was like, "Holy shit, that was Eric." I never saw myself on the TV, but we saw him. So, I never told you guys about. I never did find those things. So I actually have. I went to when they won the Stanley Cup. I went to the parade, and I got a bunch of pictures. It's like signs, really. They had a bunch of signs that you could hold up or whatever, and it said Washington Capitals, Stanley Cup. They all said different things, and so I had like 5 or 6 different ones, and I can't find them for the life of me. I thought they were in that thing where I was showing you those autographs that I got. I totally forgot I even had those. By the way, another cool thing. You got to have this. I should put this outside. I got a tree out front I could nail this to. Capitals fans only. I got so much Capitals crap. It really is ridiculous. I need to downsize. I'm thinking about selling some of this stuff just because, like, when it comes to memorabilia, right after something happens, like when he scored that goal, like this week is probably going to be the best week to sell a puck that he scored with, in my opinion. I don't know. I feel like the later it goes, the more goals he gets. It's not going to be worth no $4,000 to $8,000. There's people that are selling the practice pucks from that night, from Sunday night. They got practice pucks. I don't know how many they put out, but they were game used practice pucks. They're selling for $14,000. Are you kidding me? Who is paying $14,000 for those things? Probably nobody. That's just people on eBay trying to get that. But anyway. DC is on another level for sure. Yeah, they're really good this year, man, especially in the third period. Now, the past few games, they really haven't been great in the third, but that always happens. Hopefully, by the time the playoffs start, they'll be back in a groove. You can't always play great forever, like for a whole season, especially for 3 periods. Now, you got to be good 2 out of 3 periods usually. But I don't know, man. I've been at the game where the Caps were down 2-0, right? Not 2-0, but down by 2 points in the third period with 2 minutes left, and I've watched them come back and win that game. Quite a few times, actually. Machine. True, my bad. Or are you talking about Corn? You thinking that was a Tool song? Is okay. I would let them have it if they like it. Your quality of work has improved a lot. Thank you. Job well done. Appreciate it. Nice bass. There's that nice bass. Every time I was on the TV, it wasn't good. Uh-oh. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? It's like it's pandemonium. I tell you what, man, going to a game during the playoffs is unbelievable, especially in DC. And there's so many great restaurants, man. You can go down. See, what I used to do a lot of times is I would get off work. I got off work at 4:30. I would drive to DC, usually meet somewhere. Sometimes I would come home. That way, only one of us we drove together. But if I was meeting him at a game and we were going to a game, or I had a friend, I would have a friend come meet me at my work, and then we would drive from there. And then you go get some good food. There's like a lot of Chinese places that's good around there, steakhouses. I mean, there's anything you could think about eating. Chinatown is right there too. So um, that's a pretty. There's just so much good food around there, man. There's a place we always walk by where they got ducks hanging up in the window. That was always funny. So many times you see some kid walking by or something, and they would notice the duck and be like, ah. Just big old, no, goose. They were geese because they had like long ass necks. They had like goose and duck hanging up in the windows. Funny as shit. But anyway. Well, there's only 3 of you left. I had a feeling not many people were going to hang out when I'm talking about hockey, but you know, I love it. And a few of you loved it. So I do appreciate y'all hanging out with me. But I had to give credit where credit is due. I've been wanting to do this live since before he actually did it because I wanted to tell everybody about it coming up. But I'm telling you, man, if you're not a hockey fan, you will be a hockey fan if you watch the Capitals play. And every time you see Ovechkin score, he's just that much further in front of Wayne Gretzky. Every goal he scores now is setting a new record. So it's unbelievable. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. Wayne Gretzky, 31 years ago, got the record. It took somebody 31 years. Ovechkin wasn't even born. No, he was born. Ovechkin was like 8. I think Ovechkin was 8 when Wayne Gretzky broke the record. And he beat Gordie Howe, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he beat Gordie Howe. And that was actually a lot. Oh, another thing, too. Wayne Gretzky and Ovechkin have played the same amount of games. 1,487, I think it is. That 1,487. They both have played the same amount of games. And in the same amount of games, Ovechkin got 1 more point and beat him. Isn't that awesome? He got 1 more goal in the same amount of games that he played. So, I mean, if that doesn't tell you something right there, I mean, if he plays for another 3 to 5 years, imagine how many goals he's going to have. The least amount of goals he's ever had was 32. Or no, 1 year was 24. He only had 24 because he was hurt half of that year. He only played, I think he only played 40 games that year or something like that. 43 games, something like that. But man, isn't it awesome to have this freaking puck? Goal number 323. That is so freaking cool, man. And I didn't figure that out until he did this. I would have never sat down and tried to figure that out until he finally passed the record. And then I wanted to know which one I had. And it really wasn't that hard to figure out, but I had to do a little bit of math. So you guys, I don't know if you saw my video. I melted down a bunch of these 5-ounces. I do have this one left. I was trying to keep this one. I was getting these because of the W's. I got all the 19s and 20s because I would always find the W, and then I would want the 5-ounce to go with it, but I'm not collecting that stuff anymore. These aren't from the mint. These are just from J.M. Bullion. But they put this thing in a freaking 10-ounce. Isn't that stupid? I can't even get it out. Like, this thing, I'm probably going to have to break this off because I wanted to take this and put it in the right capsule because the other ones are like half the size and they fit perfect. This one, I can't even get it out. I don't know what to do. That might never come out. I might end up just breaking it out and melting that too. Here's a cool piece that's kind of fun, but it's not silver. I might put this up in the auction buck and go, see what happens. It's pretty cool. It kind of tells you all about what it means. This was the Don't Tread on Me before this one. That's what the old one used to look like back in 1775. So, pretty cool, I think. I'm always collecting weird stuff. And then what I might send with it, because I don't really drink anymore, I got this koozie I can send with it. So I might do that. What do you guys think? Is that something that, there's 4 of you here. Is that something that you think would sell in the auction? I'm trying to put up different stuff too, not always just have pours and coins. I have some knives I'll probably be putting up. Shoot, I would put up some Capitals memorabilia if anybody was into it. I definitely have to get rid of some of this stuff. Check this out too. That's not even... So that was from, I went to a baseball game and they had a bunch of alumni there. So I was reading your comment. I had those signed by some players and I don't even remember who the hell they were. This guy was from the Hall of Fame. in 1973, but I don't know who the hell it was. So if you guys know Cal Ripken Jr., that's my dude, the Iron Man. That's one of his. This is pretty cool. It's a stamp, 30-cent stamp from back in the day. That's 1,682/5. Oh, that's 5 of 1,682. Is that what that means? Why'd they do it backwards? But anyway, it's 23 karat gold. Isn't that cool? There's a certificate of authenticity right there. But anyway, this is a baseball. This was something my grandmother had got signed by the whole team. That's Cal Ripken right there. Cal Ripken Jr. And then if you look here, that's Cal Ripken Jr. again, the top one. Shoot, there might even Billy Ripken might even be on one of these because that was the one that my grandmother had. And then this, she was kind of an Atlanta Braves fan when she wasn't watching the Orioles. But yeah, that's a couple little things I have as well. Got all kinds of little collector's pieces. Shoot, I got some stuff up here too. There you go, Cal Ripken. Iron Man. That's a King Griffey Jr. rookie card. I got that when I was a kid. I remember getting that pack. But anyway, if anybody's interested, man, I mean, I might. You guys want to open some hockey cards? Are y'all getting bored? Should I just go to bed? I kind of need to go outside and do some shit anyway. Get a couple last minute things done. I got stuff in the tumbler right now. That's another thing. I forgot about that. I've got like 5 more pieces in the tumbler right now. So you guys didn't see any of that tonight. But if anybody wants to do it, I will open these up real quick and just see what we can find. You never know. You might find a card with somebody's jersey in it. Those are pretty fun. Otherwise, I might just make a video. And if I find anything, post it. If not. By the way, I got a lot of videos I need to post, man. I got so much stuff that I need to get to. I got a bunch of brass, too, man. Check this out. I got 5 of these. I got this from Pirate back in the day. 34 ounces. Some of them are 32. But should I try to melt some brass and do some brass pours? I think that'd be fun. I have another crucible I can use. But I got 5 of these bad boys. Also, here you go. Here's if anybody likes Pirate. I might put this up in the next auction. That's one of his original Pirate Stacker copper. Number 18, year 2021. I can't hold on to all this stuff anymore. I've just got too much stuff that I need to get the money for. Here's another one. If anybody likes, this is a 1883 C.C. Morgan in the original packaging. That hardly ever happens. I've never seen them in this packaging. So they tend to hold a pretty good premium just because it comes in the original box. I think I paid $370 for this thing. But I might put that up in the auction because I just, I can't hold on to it. I can use the money for it more than having it. I've sold a lot of my stack. And when it comes to other pours, Silver and Gold Stack Attack had this made. I'll probably let this go. Will's Treasures poured that. So if you're looking for other people's pours, this is old too. And this is from 2022. Pretty cool pieces. I think he only had 10 of those made. But yeah, I got a bunch more mail to open up and things that, gosh. You know what's funny too? That thing right there is worth a pretty good amount of money. I was looking it up. I was so surprised how much that was worth. And that was before he actually broke the record. I was looking it up because my stepson had one, but it was in the back of his closet, broke. You see this other part broke, and the trophy part broke off. There was a hockey player right there in the middle, and then there was another one of these on the other side. You can see it over there. But, yeah, the sucker broke off, man. Kind of sucks. Because that's worth some good money if we could have found the other pieces and glued them back on. I think it was like $100 for a freaking bobblehead that was free. That's pretty good money. Here's something. If I can get a bigger flask, I'm going to pour one of these 50 BMGs, man. 50 caliber. I've got to get a big enough flask for this. I can't even do it like sideways in the flask. From corner to corner, it will not fit. I am going to do another 30-06 though. I think I want to do a 30-06 in silver. I did this one in copper a long time ago, and it was a mistake. This was when I first got the first flask, and it was off. See how like the back of it kind of looks okay on one side, and the other side looks like crap. The whole thing kind of shifted just a little bit, and I didn't realize that was even an issue. This was my second pour ever in copper. And I did copper first in case I messed up. So this was probably my second pour I ever did. The first one was a guitar. I actually have that sitting here too. That was my first pour sandcast. And this is my second sandcast. And then once I did these, I tried to do the silver, which is that Bicentennial Eagle. This was my first silver sandcast. Actually, I think I did this before the copper because I remember thinking, man, pouring is not going to be as hard as I thought it was because it turned out perfect. But then I tried it 2 more times and could not get it to fill out. So it's one of those things. But anyway, I'm such a fan. I got freaking hockey cards in pictures that I had sitting in that in that thing I showed you earlier. Grade 8. International icons. The artifacts. I'm goofy sometimes. And here's a cool one. Braden Holtby. When we won the Stanley Cup, Braden Holtby was our goalie. They got us there. And that's his, that was the Puck Surprise. You can see it's got, whenever they have the yellow with the number on it, that's how I know it's from the Puck Surprise. Because when you pick it up, you can't even see this part where it's signed. It has like Hershey Kisses here, and it has this like see-through like gift wrap paper almost, and then it's tied together. So the only way you know who it is if you flip it over and you look at the number. So you got to know who the numbers are too. But man, I got 70. I was like, hell yeah. So I got this one, and I got 2 more Hopi. I got a picture autograph. I've got the autograph of the thing we got that I showed you guys already on that white paper. And another one on the wall with a piece of the net from the All-Star game he was in. But yeah, man, I got a bunch of these cards. I'm such a fan. When I pull an Ovechkin, it goes into a hard case, even if it's not worth a whole lot. But that's the thing about Ovechkin cards. It's going to be worth at least $5. Every time you pull an Ovechkin, like this one's worth 10. Nothing crazy. But it doesn't deserve to be in like this nice case. But yeah, man, I got a whole stack of Ovechkin. Oh, here you go. Here's somebody on, this is TJ Oshie's rookie card. He didn't play for the Capitals when he first started, though. But that's TJ Oshie, Young Guns rookie card. This is worth $15. Now I think that might be worth more. I think this might be like a $20 card now, because he is a lot better. He's hurt right now, so it sucks, man. TJ Oshie and Nicholas Backstrom are both hurt, so they didn't get to play with Ovi. And Backstrom and Oshie, man, both of them have assisted Ovechkin so many times. Especially Backstrom. Backstrom is his man. I bet you out of all of those goals, probably 350 of them, if I had to guess, out of 895 goals, 350 of them were probably from Backstrom. I got a bunch of Young Guns rookie cards, man. Like, that's what I like, is Upper Deck. It's something that's really cool when you go through hockey cards, that sometimes you'll find something like this. It's a real thick card, so you can almost tell. It's got a piece of the jersey. This one, piece of the jersey. Piece of the jersey. That is just a weird looking card. It's not even, that's weird. That's kind of strange. That's when LA won the Stanley Cup. That's an autograph. That's not an autograph. They're just made like that. But that's Nicholas Backstrom right there. Alexander Oveckin, he's not even on the team anymore. Nicholas Backstrom. Nicholas Backstrom. Alex Ovechkin. That's an old card, too. That's his second year? Third year. 07, 08. $3. I think this is an old price. I was looking up these a long time ago. Ovechkin. Isn't that cool? He's throwing a football on the ice. That is a cool freaking card. $3. And a couple of those. But yeah, I think all of these are worth at least $5 now. Rookie gems. Bobby Orr. He used to have the Braden Holtby. There he is. The man, the myth, the legend. I wish they hadn't traded him. I don't know why they did. He won the freaking Stanley Cup for us. There's another Ovechkin with all of his. He won all 3 of those that year. And that's what that is supposed to be. Although he's only holding 2 in that one. So, I don't know. Maybe this was another year. Jaromir Jagr, Alexander Ovechkin, Beehive, Fleer Ultra. Man, that's before he was the captain. He was the assistant back then. Love this dude, man. I really do. And I was lucky enough to meet him twice, and I wish I had a chance to actually like talk to him a little bit. You know, he doesn't speak English all that great. He's Russian, so I know when we met him, it was probably 12 years ago when we went to go meet him, and she was like, "Man, he's kind of a butthole," and I was like, "What do you mean?" He didn't even talk to us really. He just signed the stuff and was just there. I was like, he doesn't really speak English. Like, what's he gonna say? We're not gonna have small talk about how your day was. Like, he's there to sign something. He wasn't even supposed to be there in the first place. And he signed a puck for me on both sides. Then he signed my jersey. I think she's got a video of it somewhere, but I don't even know where that is. You can go online though, and they always have pictures of that. And so if you look up Alex Ovechkin puck surprise, I'm probably in that picture. I'm not sure what the year was, but that's another way how I can get it kind of authenticated is because I know it's online from the Capitals website. But yeah, I don't know how far all that stuff goes back, so I might have to figure that out. But anyway, I think that's it for the Ovechkin stuff. I think I pretty much showed you guys everything. Of course, there's always more stuff for other players, but Series fan, yeah. Otis, what's going on? Good evening. Babe Ruth. Man, I'd love to have a Babe Ruth. Popular themed item. But yeah, just been showing all my Alex Ovechkin pucks, autographs, jerseys, everything I've collected over the years, and talking a little bit about some of the experiences I've had as a season ticket holder and a lot of fun things I got to do. But it's just amazing that he passed Wayne Gretzky for all-time goals. It's just unbelievable. The Russian girls wear furs on the beach. But yeah, like this one, man. 50 goals and counting. I got this. So he got 52 goals the first year. This was the first year he played. 50 goals and counting. This is from his rookie year. Yeah, 50 goals and counting. No. Yeah, I think this is when he had 50. So this must have been the first year. That must have been when I went to that first game. It was right at the end of his first year. That's cool. So I was right about that. Okay, nice. Let's see how much this thing costs if it shows anymore. $10. I bet you this is a $20 puck now. It's probably worth. I couldn't even find one online because I was looking to see what this would be worth because they only made but so many of them. But yeah, I met Ovechkin. He signed this. He signed it backwards, upside down for some reason. I don't know why he did that. But he signed it, and the pen started to run out, and the woman was like, "Hey, let's get him another puck. That pen ran out." And I was like, "It's all right. Here, just sign this side." And then he signed that with the new pen. So I think I'm probably. I don't know how many pucks are out there with Ovechkin signed both sides. And then this, he scored with. This is his 323rd goal ever out of 895. And I'm telling you, by the end of the year, he's going to hit 900. He is definitely going to get 5 goals in 6 games because he's on a hot streak right now. When he gets hot like that, he might even have a hat trick soon. If he gets a hat trick, then he only needs to get 2 more. I think he can do it. And, they're going to be in the playoffs too. And I'm not sure about this. If anybody knows, let me know. I'm not sure if, I think it's all goals, right? Or is it just regular season goals? It's got to be playoff goals too. But at one time, there was some kind of stat where they weren't like counting that. And I was kind of confused by it. So I don't know. I'm probably just thinking something. But anyway, here's when they won the Stanley Cup. That's some of the ice from Las Vegas when they won the cup. This is from the Winter Classic, the second Winter Classic they did, which is an outside stadium. That's always fun. That's always on New Year's, too. That's always a fun one to watch. This one, I don't think I showed that. What is this? Rocket Richard Trophy. Hart Trophy, 2012-13. Yeah, I guess it is all time. You're right. And that's just a regular Ovechkin puck. This thing was $12. It'd have been nice if I could have got him to sign it, right? That'd have been cool. That's why they sell a lot of that stuff, too, if you're going to get to meet them. And then here, this is old. 500 points and counting. I'm not sure how many points he has. It would be nice, though, if he could start getting more assists. He gets a lot of assists, but there's quite a few people in front of him when it comes to assists. I think Sidney Crosby has more assists than anybody right now, if I'm not mistaken. I like Crosby. I'm not supposed to because of the Penguins. That's like our rivalry. Oh, if you guys want to watch a good game, tomorrow's Wednesday. Thursday night, the Caps are playing. Who the hell is it? Carolina? Shit, who are they playing? I don't know, but the game they're playing on Thursday, watch it. 7 o'clock is when the games usually start. There's going to be a fight right out the gate. They will be fighting right out the gate. From what happened in the last game, I guarantee they come out swinging. And it's going to be number 43. What's his name? Shoot. And he's got like 43 goals this year. Or 23. Something like that. He's got a lot of goals. Like, he doesn't normally get goals like that. Like, the whole team is doing good right now. But yeah, Ovechkin has more 50-goal years than anybody. He has more 40-goal years than anybody. He's third of all time in hits. And he's first of all time in goals. Like, that in itself is just a feat. Not to mention all the trophies. I mean, Stanley Cup in 2018. The Art Ross Trophy he won once. The Calder Memorial he won once. The Conn Smythe he won once. The Hart he won 3 times. The Rocket Richard he won 9 times. So, and was it the Lindsay Award? Oh, Ted Lindsay Award. He won that 3 times. I mean, come on. It don't get much better than that. I'm pretty sure he is the GOAT. If not, he will be by the time he retires. But anyway, guys, yeah, stop by this Friday. I'll be live Thursday afternoon at 2:30 pouring something. We'll be doing something. I might be stamping or toning. I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet. But we'll be doing something fun. I'm about to go out and check my my pours I have in the tumbler. I put them in at 4 o'clock. What time is it now? Shoot, I can't tell. My phone's turned this way. 10:48. Damn, it's almost 11 o'clock. Yeah, that's it's been in there for a while. I have a couple like 3-ounce copper bars that I did. They're really long, and I'm gonna see how they turn out in copper. And I might do a couple in silver, make them 2 or 3 ounces, and I'm gonna stamp Capital Currency out, like the whole name Capital Currency. I'm gonna stamp it all out because usually I just put a CC on stuff. Now I want to try that. I've never stamped my whole name out, so I'm gonna try to do that. Oh, here's something I didn't show you. There's another thing. You got to have the Ovechkin, dude. Series 26. I guess that's the other ones they did that year. You got to have a toy, man. It's pretty cool that it comes with like he'll actually stand on that with, it's got a thing right here, and you can stand on, and you put this, so he's like busting out the doors. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't open it though. I want to keep it intact. So all this stuff really, I didn't talk about this yet. Let me show this, and I'm going to talk about this real quick before I go. So this is a painting. It's a copy of a painting. It's not the actual painting. But yeah, I think that's Varlamov. So we got Mike Green, Varlamov, Nicholas Backstrom, Alex Ovechkin before he was captain, Alexander Semin, and then that's all Ovechkin. But that was like the starting line back in the day when I first started going. Hell yeah. Mike Green was there, Backstrom was there. Semin wasn't there, but they were there when he beat the record. So that was cool. Wayne Gretzky was there too. Man, that's awesome. Oh, look at this big ass bobblehead. I don't know if I showed you that one. It comes with a stick too, but it fell out. Supposed to hold the stick in here or something, some way. It sticks in here somehow. What the hell? It's supposed to. There you go. Always missing a tooth, because most hockey players do. Damn it. I knew that was going to happen. And, man, what was I talking about? I don't know. I threw myself off. Oh, so before I started stacking, this is what I did. Before I got into collecting bills and currency with cool serial numbers and all that stuff, I couldn't save money if my life depended on it. I blew it as soon as I got it. I made pretty good money back then when I had the season tickets and everything. And the amount of money just on the games, I mean, we paid $175 a month all year. And then they were going up to like 200, and that was us splitting them. So it was 175 for 12 months every month, which isn't crazy, but and that's 21 games. But then you got to pay for your beer. I got to have at least one or two beers. I don't drink anymore, but I would have had a couple beers, probably one on the way there, and then one when I'm in there, two when I'm in there. And then a lot of times we would get food. If they got over 5 points, I think we could get free buffalo wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. So we would stop there sometimes. It was a lot of money. And then when you think about all this stuff that I bought and picked up over the years, I mean, I showed you those other two cases. There's a lot of stuff, man. I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars just on memorabilia. But that was what I was doing to save money in case I passed away, things that I could pass down to my daughter. I wanted to have something in case something happened to me. I had something in money that could be sold. That was a way for me to kind of save. And I was putting all the money into memorabilia. Then I found stacking, and I was like, what the hell am I doing with this memorabilia stuff? Because I got a lot of baseball cards, hockey cards, football cards. I got all that stuff too. And this was just kind of getting more into the actual memorabilia of the side, because I was addicted, man. Once I went to that game 7 against the Pittsburgh Penguins, that was it, man. Like, the place was like rocking. But we lost to the Penguins in game 7 quite a few times too, and that always sucked. So yeah, up until 2017, that's when we gave up the season tickets, and then of course they won the Stanley Cup the next year. I was like, you got to be kidding me right now. But yeah, I went to a lot of playoff games too. I miss getting the tickets. You actually used to get the big old tickets. They would send you it was a whole, like a packet full of tickets, and you rip the tickets out of the packet, and there was 2 for each game. Well, they quit doing that, and then I had to have them on my damn phone. So I don't have a lot of tickets. I used to print them out on the computer anyway, because you could have it through your phone, but then you could also print them out if you did it right. So I used to print all mine out. I've got tons of tickets laying around somewhere. I don't even know where those are at this point. I have my thing I used to wear around my neck, where you have the ticket wearing around your neck. That was something we always took with us. But anyway, that's where I used to put all my money into memorabilia. And I thought, my daughter gets of age, she needs some money, we can sell my memorabilia. And then I came across stacking. And I was like, oh, this is what I need to be doing. Put my money into silver and gold. That way I don't spend it. And that way, if I do need the money, we just sell the silver and gold. Okay, I was done with the memorabilia at that point because that yeah they won the Stanley Cup in 2018 and 2019 is when I started stacking. So they had pretty much accomplished my dream when it came to the Caps, you know, at that point. But yeah, started stacking, and then which by the way, I'm really glad my friend got to see them before he passed away win the Stanley Cup. That was great. That's probably the only thing I would have wished. And I'm missing him. I really wish he was here to see this because he was such a huge fan, and he was such an Ovechkin fan. Um, Man, it would be awesome for him to be here right now to see this. Yeah, he was a good dude, man. I miss him so much. He was a really good guy. I was best man at his wedding. Then I lost my other friend a year and a half later. I was best man at his wedding too. So the two times I've been best man, I lost both of them. So that sucks. Kind of had me in a down spot for a while, but man, I'm feeling better about it, man. I can't live my life feeling grief every day. You know, I had to start living life to make them proud. You know, but I didn't live my life for quite a few years, man. I was really stuck in the dirt, stuck in the mud, drinking every day, popping pills, doing anything else I could do. I mean, I was in a bad spot. I just wanted to numb myself, and I did a pretty good job of that. But at some point, I had to wake up and realize that this isn't the way I need to be anymore. Especially once I hit 40 years old, got laid off, lost all those people in my life, and it was like, man, I guess I'm going to go through a bit of a midlife crisis right now. But, you know, I feel good now. I'm out of that, and it feels good to be back on top and being able to come on here and hang out with you guys and talk about stuff like that too, man. It really does mean a lot to me. It always helps me get through the day when I can talk about things like that. So I do want to say thank you to you guys. I appreciate you always being here, and we hang out a lot, and it's cool. Joseph Lopez, what's going on, brother? I appreciate you stopping in. I've been showing all my hockey memorabilia from Alex Ovechkin. I don't know if you know this or not, but he beat Wayne Gretzky on Sunday. He has most goals ever in the NHL. The NHL, I don't know if anybody knows this, the NHL started in 1917. Over 100 years. That's crazy. And he has the most goals of anybody. Of course, the goalies nowadays are way better than the goalies that used to play back in the day when all the records were set. So it's kind of crazy. That's why nobody ever thought he would do it, because goalies are just too good these days. I remember games even when I was young. When I was a kid, man, I remember seeing games that were 10, 11, 12 points. That's unheard of now. You see like 8 points. I think the Caps got 8 points one time this year, and that's crazy. Like that never happens. A lot of times it's 1 to 2 or 2 to 3. A lot of games I've seen a couple times this year, they went 0-0 and had to figure out who won in overtime. So just a lot of good teams out there. 9 out here in the desert. Yeah, must be nice. I'm new. That's what money is spending. Money is for spending, but I blew it. I blew it. I mean, just I hate to say this, but even just on drugs and alcohol, man, I spent so much money in my life, and I lived with a lot of regret for a couple years because of that. But I can't change the past, right? All I can do is learn from my mistakes and never make those mistakes again. And a lot of times, like, it wasn't even me trying to like get messed up necessarily. I was just trying to feel normal. And I think that was the biggest problem. When I didn't have them, I felt anything but normal. And then even with the drinking, man, the past year drinking, every time I'd have a drink, I felt like if I would start drinking, like I'd have a drink and then I wouldn't drink for a couple months. And then I would have a drink, and then it was like, oh, well, I had one this past weekend, and something's going on. I can have another one, you know. And then all of a sudden, you're drinking every week and every weekend, you know. And then all of a sudden, something happens on a Wednesday, you know. "Oh, I'll drink Wednesday. I drink on the weekends anyway. It's fine if I just drink one day this week." Then once that happens, it's automatic. It's automatic. Every single time I start drinking on a daily basis, even if it's only a couple of the 24 ounces, you know, I'll get like two of those and I'll just drink those, get a little bit of a buzz going. I don't like to be drunk. But I started to feel like I needed that every time I did anything. It didn't matter if I was trying to pour, it didn't matter if I was trying to go live, if I'm trying to go to the store, if I'm trying to hang out with somebody. It didn't matter what it was. I had to have a drink. And it's like, it's automatic every time. And I refuse to do it, man. It's been 6 months. I haven't had a drink in 6 months. And I feel really good about that. But anyway, I digress. You never know what you're going to get here, man. I might be talking about all kinds of shit. You might come in one day and I'm talking about hockey and you're like, what the hell's going on? And then all of a sudden I'm talking about drugs and alcohol. What is up with this dude? A lot of teams never got the chance. Yeah, there's a lot of teams that haven't even been to the Stanley Cup. They haven't even had a chance to win. There's quite a few teams that have never won a Stanley Cup. I didn't even know that. You know, there's a lot of teams that never won a Super Bowl. I was surprised at that too. I mean, the Caps, up until they started, their team started, the Capitals started in 1974. So they're 50 years right now. 74, 75, that year is when they started a team. And that was in Maryland too. It wasn't even D.C. I mean, they were just outside of Washington, so I think it was still the Washington Capitals, but they weren't actually in Washington, D.C. That was actually right up 214. Not too far from where I'm living. It's probably about a half hour away. Detroit's never won? Oh, yeah, the Lions never won. Detroit Red Wings, I think, have won, right? I think that Detroit won a Stanley Cup probably a couple times. I think they used to be good back in the day. Oh, yeah, in the 80s, because they used to beat everybody's ass, too. They won so many games by just going out and pummeling everybody and fighting everybody and beating the shit out of them and then just scoring more goals. I forgot, the Dirty Dozen, is that what they called it or something like that? The Dirty something or... Damn, I forgot now. There's something about Detroit, though. They used to be hard on people. But yeah, the Lions, yeah, they never won. Everybody thought they were going to do it this year. I'm a Ravens fan. I'm in Maryland, so, you know, if I had a team in Maryland, which the Caps were in Maryland, DC's close enough. Now, I do like the Washington, I call them the Redskins, because I'm pissed off that they changed the damn name. And I'm allowed to be pissed off, because I am Native American. But, you know, when the Ravens came back, the Redskins always sucked. And so I liked them. I would always root for them, but I really wasn't huge into football. And I was living in Baltimore when the Ravens came back to Baltimore because we used to have a Baltimore team years ago. It was the Baltimore Colts, but that was before my time. So when they came back and I was living in Baltimore, I was like, hell yeah, this is cool. And there was such a buzz about it. I became a fan. And so I've been a Ravens fan ever since. But if the Skins are playing, I guess I'll say Commanders. If the Commanders are playing, I will root for them. But if they're playing the Ravens, I'm not rooting for them. Red Wings are good. I don't know. I don't know if they're good. I don't know about this year. One of the original six teams. Yeah, man. And it's funny because in 1917, there was only two teams, right? Or was it four teams? And I think it started in Canada. I think it was like a Montreal. Montreal was like the first team, I think. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to go back that far. But I do know it was 1917 when they started the team. Man, that Ovechkin jersey I got is so freaking dirty. Yikes. Here, I want to show you guys something because some of you might not have seen. Check this out. I didn't show this too great earlier. This is, look at all the little, I had pins in this. I used to put the pins all over. Pay no attention to the cat hair. It's kind of ridiculous right now. But I met all these people. Braden Holtby, he was our goalie when we won the Stanley Cup. Mike Green, he was our defenseman. John Erskine, he was the one that would fight everybody. These other three, I'm not even sure who that is anymore. But look, 35 years, and right now they got the 50-year patch. But we got OV on there. It's so dusty. Jeez. I keep it out because I like to look at this. Yeah, he signed that for me. But look how dirty, man. Look, I mean, I got spots here. There's like spots and holes all over the damn thing. But that's not what I was going to show you. Back before I even went on that hiatus, I had this made. And it looks like the Baltimore colors, the black and orange. But it says capital currency, obviously, and has 47 for a number. And then it has my sticker on the side here. And then on the back, it says capital currency, 47. You like that? Extra large, man. This thing fits me perfect, too. I love this thing. I wanted to wear it to a coin show. I just haven't been to a coin show. I haven't had the money to do all that. And I got a capital currency hat. Somebody made this for me back in the day. I've never really worn that either. I don't really wear hats too much. You guys like pew-pews? 38 special Diamondback. That's a beauty right there. Don't be stupid, YouTube. You know what's cool about that? Quick reloads. To keep it kind of in the center there, because it still holds it, but if I do have to throw it on, you never know. And check this out. This is a cool one. 32 auto. This is what the Navy guys used to carry on the boats. I better not do that. It is loaded when it comes to the clip, but the magazine, whatever the hell. But I don't keep one in the chamber with that. So if I cock it, one will be in the chamber, and then I got to get it back out. So I didn't want to do all that. But those are my little somethings if anybody comes in here trying to get with my stuff. Snub nose. Yeah, that's the one like I got, but shorter barrel, right? Is it like an inch shorter? Yeah, man, I used to have a 357. That son of a bitch. Whew. What an amazing gun. And I sold it to my friend because I needed the money. And I keep trying to buy it back from him, and he won't sell it back to me. Bastard. Should have never sold it to him. I mean, I didn't sell it to him saying, hey, sell this back to me at some point. I just needed the money and sold it to him. But you would think he would let me get it back. I'm not going to hold a grudge. So I went to a coin, not a coin show, a gun show. I'll show you what I got. I'm going to make a video about this at some point. First of all, I got 1,000 rounds of 5.56. I picked up this thing because either one of those will fit in this thing pretty nice. And it goes around, so it's like up under your armpit. I love this thing. And then this kind of goes down. And, well, I guess that just kind of goes onto your belt. I thought there was another thing here. I'm missing something. I think there was another piece to this that's not there now. There was a way to hook like a clip or something onto it. Maybe that's what that other thing was. I don't know. But anyway, I got that. I got 1,000 rounds. I got this thing right here that holds 6 magazines. And for the 32, do you know how much these things cost me? That shit was $80 because they don't make them anymore. And they're very hard to find. I found 2 of them at the gun show. I think one was 80 and one was 90. And that was years ago. That was a couple of years back. I think it was 2022. But anyway, got 10 of these. I ended up getting, look how dusty that is. 10 of those. 30 round. So there's 6 in here, and then I got 4 more that came with it. I think I have another thing like this case that holds 4. That goes like I think this is kind of like on your stomach, and then I have one that holds 4 that I can put on my chest if I needed to. I think that's how that works. That's some heavy duty stuff right there. And then this knife, check this bad boy out. Pretty gnarly, huh? Love this thing. I don't know who makes it. I don't remember now, but I've seen them out there. But yeah, that's what I got from the gun show, and 1,000 rounds. And a shotgun, actually. I can show you that if you want. This always stays in my studio. So both places where I have some of my stack have the things I need to take care of business if somebody comes in. But this is pretty cool. I like how you can fit a lot in here. I can't remember. I think it's 8. But it's semi-automatic. There's freaking cat hair all over this thing. It's American Tactical. Not like a crazy expensive gun. I got this, and I got a 22 auto that is a breakdown, so it breaks in half. That's a what is that? Not Colt. The 1022, the Ruger. It's a Ruger 1022 that breaks in half, and they call it the breakdown. And it even comes with a bag, but you can break it in half and have it in a book bag. That way, if you're like out there trying to survive and like do some stuff, it's a good thing to have with you, that you're not showing everybody that you have a gun in your backpack, or carrying one like on your shoulder. That's a good one for like, trying to survive kind of deal. But yeah, man, we might as well do this stuff. I've been sitting here paranoid all the time to ever show anything like that, but everybody else does it all the time. This is something I got that I still have not used yet. I got this at Walmart, I think, for like $30. I was like, dude, that's a hell of a deal. There's all kinds of pockets on this thing. You can carry it on the side, which I really like that. Or any side, really. It's got 3 handles. And it's pretty padded. It's not crazy padded, but it's pretty padded. Even on the back. But yeah, that's my little tactical bag I got that I still haven't used yet. I got 2 bug out bags. One of them is mostly for like cooking and stuff like that. Like supplies for cooking, pots, pans, plates, all that stuff. And then the other one has like more survival type of things. So I'd have to take both of them. But one of them's heavy as shit. And then the other one is kind of like... I also got into... I started prepping a couple... By the way, I do want to start doing some prepping videos. I don't know what you guys think about that. But, what the hell was I talking about? I got... Shit. I threw myself off there. Hunting videos, too. I might get into hunting and fishing videos. I got a GoPro recently, so that'll be fun. It's the Creator's Edition, so it's pretty badass. Like, I could ride a bike with it and have it on the bike, and it kind of stabilizes. Like, it doesn't shake to death. So we're going to be kind of getting some videos like that going here soon, too. 3D, what's going on, brother? It's a real one. But yeah, semi-automatic, man. And you know what I got for this? I got, this is the first semi-automatic shotgun. I use a Remington 870 when I hunt, and I have a bird barrel, and I have a bird barrel and a rifle shotgun, a slug barrel, I mean. And I've killed many a deer with that sucker. Even with the bird barrel, I've shot slugs through that, and killed my first deer. Actually, I'll show you my first deer. You want to see me when I was really young? Only special people get to see this. Thank you for being here tonight. That's me with my first deer. I think I was 11. I might have been 12. He's a pretty good looking dude, man. What happened? There it is. Never did anything with a mount for it, but that was my first whitetail. I'd actually shot a Yeah, I think I was 12 when I did that. And I shot one the year before, but we never found it. I was shooting straight down on it almost. Like it was right underneath the stand. I shouldn't have even taken that shot. After that, I realized like I need to make sure I'm taking good shots. I really tried to do better after that. But anyway. Yeah, it's a couple of things. We went over some hockey cards and stuff. 3D, I was showing everybody earlier. This is a puck that Alex Ovechkin scored with. This is his 323rd goal. Sunday, he just scored his 895th. He just passed Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky had 894, so Alex Ovechkin has the most goals ever of all time. And this is the 323rd. I've seen these going from $4,000 to $8,000. Isn't that crazy? So I'd have to say, this was a pretty good investment because I think I might have paid like $150 for this thing. If they're going for that much, I wish I had bought a lot more of them. Because I probably could have got quite a few. And it even comes with the certificate of authenticity right here. Like I got some from some other players, but now that he has the most goals ever, them things are going to skyrocket. They already have. I'm just wondering, what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to come back down, or do you think it's going to stay up and just keep going up and up and up every time he scores more? Doctor Who, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping in. I'm driving from the Safeway, so I'll just be hanging out. Gotcha. I'm probably going to end this here soon anyway. What time is it? 11:16. I need to go smoke a cigarette, man. I've been on here since 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. I guess it hasn't been that long. It was like 9:30, 10 maybe. But yeah, it's been showing all the memorabilia. I got tons of stuff. Speaking of deer, this was the one I killed last year. Now, it's a little bit jacked up. The antlers didn't quite work out all that great. Funny story about this one, too. I was, yeah, I'm not going to let that fall on my pucks. But see how it broke off right here. And it wasn't really growing straight anyway. But, I mean, I don't know if you count that as a point. You can't really hang anything on it, but it is a big enough chunk where it kind of counts in my book. So 4, 5, 6, that's a 7 point if you count that. Otherwise, it's just a 6 point. But for me, it's never about the points. It's always about, first of all, it was kind of an older deer. And it had meat. That's all I'm worried about. I do not care if it's a doe. I will take it down if it's brown. I won't shoot a spike. I won't shoot a spike. But if I see a nice little 4-pointer, it is going in the freezer. That's the good eating right there. Yeah, them old, when you shoot an old buck, yeah, I can show you actually. Look at this old buck I shot. I have to unplug this phone. So that old buck I shot, that was the little 6 point, my first deer ever. That big ass thing right there is only a 6 point. It didn't have any brow tines. That sucker was 8 years old, maybe 9. Like, look at the teeth. I blew 2 of them out, and I didn't even use the pressure washer that hard. But the size of his head is ginormous compared to these other ones. That one's actually a fake head. I just wanted to put those antlers on something that kind of looks stupid. There's a 10 point back there. That was kind of a young buck. That sucker would have been nice if I had to let him go another year. I shot him with the bow, crossbow. That's a sick deer back there. A little 4-point sick deer that are only on the Eastern Shore. And then you see there's another 4-point back there with the arrow in it. Like, I don't care, man. It doesn't matter. There's a spike, but I didn't shoot that. That was something my uncle gave to my daughter. She wanted to have an antler or something. And then these spikes right here, I found those on the side of the road. You can see where this one got scraped on the road. Whenever I see a deer with antlers, I pull over and I cut them off. I just found out that that's illegal, by the way. Here's another 4-point. That's the one, if you go back to my shorts and look through my videos and you see where there's a deer coming through and I go, rah, and then I pull the trigger, it was this one. I thought it was a 6-point. It's a pretty wide rack, but it didn't have any brow tines. Like, compared to that 4-pointer, like, it's... Anyway, that's all my deer antlers. And a little bit of silver. This was a nice one, too. This is another one that got ran over. right up by my work. You can see this part right here, chipped off. I never did find that piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a big old 10-pointer right there. That was a nice deer. I was at work and I heard, skirt, bam. I was like, shit, we go over to look at it, see what happened. And sure enough, there was a deer on the side of the road. I said, hey guys, somebody cover me at the counter. I'm going to go in and I'm going to go get my truck and I'm going to take it over there. I'm going to stick it in the back of the truck and I'm going to bring it over here and I'm going to cut the back straps out of it and cut the antler off. They were like, all right, we got you. So yeah, when a deer gets hit like that, like the legs and stuff like that, you really don't want to mess with that meat. It's going to be too bruised up and nasty. But you can cut the back straps out. I didn't get the tenderloin because then I got to cut through the guts and all that. I just cut the back straps, and they were good. I knew it just died, so it was only an hour dead. And yeah, man, cut them out. We happened to have some big old Ziploc bags in the kitchen we had. So I put them in some Ziploc bags and cooked it for dinner that night. It's a point. Gotcha. But yeah, I've been hunting for a long time. You can see that picture. I'm 40. I'll be 46 years old. And you see that picture when I was like 11. But I didn't hunt for a lot of years. I hunted from like 11 to 18. And then after that, once I became an adult, it was all about girls, alcohol, and drugs, and just partying and bar hopping and whatever it is, whatever party we were at. That's all that mattered. I didn't want to wait in the woods for something to come along so I could kill it. I just wasn't into that. And then I had my daughter when I was 30, and then that's when I kind of got back into hunting again. I wanted to know that I could actually go out and do that sort of thing. But 3D, if you're here, like this is some of the other pictures. I don't know if you're watching or not. That's a piece of the net from the All-Star game. Number 20 of 108. That's probably worth a good amount of money too now. That's when they won the Stanley Cup. You even got some other stuff. A little bit of everything. Oh, I didn't show you guys that, I don't think. That's from the All-Star game when he was wearing a goofy hat. That is from the Winter Classic, the second one, when they played the Blackhawks. This is from the Winter Classic when they played Pittsburgh. They won both of those games too, I believe. And then we got, champs. Then when I went and met some players, because we had season tickets, we went to Six Flags, and it was just season ticket holders. I got this, which I don't know who it is. Braden Holtby, which was our goalie when we won the Stanley Cup. And for some reason, this one's thinner than the rest of them. This 190 is Marcus Johansson. And this number 34, I have no idea who the hell that is. And why the hell would you sign it so damn small? Like, I guess if you took one and had all the different people sign it, but that's not what it was about. They gave you one. They signed it for you right there, and then you just took it. Like, Hopi's is awesome. But look, I got 4 pucks down there that are autographed. I got 5 pucks right there that are autographed. Another one up there. Bruce Boudreau. He was the old, that was the old coach. Jason Chimera. And bobbleheads, man. Fucking love bobbleheads. You got the OVOs down there. By the way, my dog's name is Ovi. Shoot, man. Don't pay attention. This is my basement. It looks disgusting. That's also from the Winter Classic when they played the Blackhawks. This is a big one, too. Like, it's a pretty big size picture here. Check that out. Season ticket holders is the only way you could get that. So it was the 5 people on the line and then the goalie. And that was Thomas Vokoun, too. He only played for a year, I think, for us. You got John Carlson, Mike Green, Brooks Lake, Nicholas Backstrom, and Alex Ovechkin. Don't pay attention to how dusty this is, by the way. John Carlson scored with that. John Erskine scored with that, which he didn't score a whole lot of goals because he was a defenseman. That's an autograph by that was her dude. She has another one upstairs too. I got 2 of those autographs from John Erskine and a puck he scored with. Those are Backstrom. I'm not sure if that's Backstrom or somebody else. I don't think that's Backstrom. I think that's Mike Green back there, actually. And then, look, more down here, man. There's another. Mike Knuble scored with that one over there on the left. And then down here, there's even more. I got a bunch of junk all over the place, man. Don't pay attention. There's only 5 of you here. I doubt anybody's going to watch this back later. I don't know. Maybe Ovechkin will watch one day. You never know. Maybe when he's old and retired, he'll come across this video and be like, man, I should have been there all those years ago. That guy was pretty cool. We get one a year. Just got home. You get one a year, what, deer? Yeah, for us, right now, it's 2. But you can shoot 1, and it doesn't matter what weapon. Last year, well, the year before last, I guess, you could kill 1 buck per weapon. Unlimited does. You could shoot as many does as you want, but only 1 buck per weapon. So you have muzzleloader, which I hunt all of them. So muzzleloader, bow, I use a crossbow, and then shotgun or rifle. It depends on where you're at. In Maryland, usually it's shotgun. There is some, like Western Maryland, you can use a rifle. Dorchester County in Maryland, you can use a rifle, but for the most part, it's all shotgun in Maryland. But yeah, it's 1 a year. Bobbleheads, hockey guys, you get 1 a year. You get 1 a year. What, bobblehead? That's what you're talking about? I'm so confused. I'm about to step outside. If you guys still want to hang out, man, we can just go outside. We can hang out there in the shop for a little while. I'm probably going to get off here soon, but I need to smoke. Oh, man. 3D, let me show you this. They were, I was at a game, and I could see people up in the rafters, and they were carrying stuff. And I was like, Eric, they're going to throw down some shit from the rafters. And I don't know how we got one, because we were in the 400s, kind of like, we're back kind of far compared to everybody else. They threw one over, and it came right straight down to me. And I was so happy. This was like, I've seen it happen once before, and I was like, man, I really want to get one of those. It's a parachute. They threw, look, this is the parachute. So, I can't really see it, man. I don't have enough room here. But anyway, this parachuted down, and it was attached to a shirt. I still got the original shirt in there. I never opened it. I don't even know what it looks like. That's how much of a fan I am. I couldn't even open it to wear the shirt. I just had to keep it as a keepsake. But yeah, man, I got some cards, man. We might come back in. I wanted to open these cards and see if we could find anything, because it has him on it. But that's all the other cards I still got to open. I got some Walking Dead cards to open still, if you guys are into that sort of thing. That's some of the pours I got going on. That's empty. It's a puck. That's some of the pours I got going on. So Friday, we'll be ready for that. This is going to be a regular turtle. I do got 2 separate crosses, a couple praying hands. I got 10 of these. These are ½ ounce. I'm going to tone them. So if you got the regular ½ ounce before, this time you're going to get a chance to get the toners, if you're into that sort of thing. Oh, if you saw that upright bass, that was my grandfather's. I also got his Martin. That thing is freaking awesome. I can't even play it though. Like, once you tune it up, it's like, it just sounds old, like old country, and I'm not into that sort of thing. But I got a Yamaha that actually does sound good that I play sometimes of his. By the way, I was talking about acoustic guitars. I don't know if I mentioned that. Yeah, man, it was so cool seeing them coming down. There was like, so everybody did it at the end of the game. It was they won the game, right? I wonder if that was that Florida game, actually. That would be cool as shit, because they won 4-0 that game. where I got the puck. They won 4-0, and Ovi scored twice, and that was the fourth goal. So he scored once before, and this was the last goal before they won. But anyway, the game, the buzzer goes, right? It's the end of the game, and all of a sudden, about 50 people that were up in the rafters throw down like 150 parachutes. It was crazy. They were all over the place. Everybody wanted one, and that sucker came right down to me. I'd say that'd be fate. I met Peter Bondra at a convention because I had season tickets, so you get to do like special stuff every now and again. Although I think the convention you just bought tickets for and went. But I got almost to the end. There was like 10 people in front of me, maybe 15 people in front of me. And all of a sudden they said, "That's it. We're closed. We got to go." And I was like, "Hell no." I jumped under the thing and said, "Peter Bondra, sign your rookie card." And the woman was like, "No, we're not doing that." And he said, "No, it's cool. I'll sign it." So he signed this for me, his rookie card. It's only worth $1 not being signed, even though it's a Upper Deck Young Guns rookie card. It's from 1991. You know, he wasn't the greatest player in the world, but one of our alumni. And then this is my only Ovechkin rookie card, graded in a 10. So that's cool. Like I said earlier, man, I got a bunch of his cards. That's his autograph. That's his autograph. That's his autograph twice. That's his autograph, and that's his autograph. But this, he signed it. I don't know if you were here when I was talking about this. He signed this, and the pen started to run out of ink. And the woman was like, "Hey, let me go get another one." And I was like, "No, that's cool. Just let's get a new pen. Here, sign this side." So he signed it on both sides for me. I think I'm the only one that has a double-sided Ovechkin puck. I bet you I could sell that for big money now. I'd have to get it authenticated. Although I'm online taking a picture with him when I got it done. But anyway, we're going to go outside. I'm going to have to hold this for a second. I'm going to go outside and look at some stuff. Although I'm not going to be able to see you guys. Go Wings. Nah. And Marsh, what's going on? I'm not going to be able to see you guys for a minute. So we'll go outside for a second and then I'll end this. I want to see the pieces I had working out there. Hang out in the shop for a minute. But because I didn't do this vertical, you're not going to be able to see me. How about now? Did it come back? Usually once I do that, it comes back okay. Snack break. Damn it. Boom shakalaka. So we're back, right? 5x5? Let me know. Stupid ass thing. I knew it was going to do that when I came out here. Man, we did get 17 likes tonight. That's pretty cool. If you haven't double tapped the screen, please feel free. If you can hear me. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. So, man, I came across these the other day. I came across the thing that I had a bunch of bars in that I forgot I even had. This was my first attempt at trying to hammer something. That looks ridiculous. So I'll be melting these down. I just like having bars to melt. It was exciting. So, yeah, I got a couple bars in there that I did that are about this size, but a little bit thinner. I might try to stamp something cool in there. And then I had the one that had that little, like, circle. So I was thinking about stamping a plane over the circle so it looks like a plane is going in front of the moon or the sun. And then maybe doing, like, a tree if I have a tree. I got to look at my stamps and see what I have. I definitely got a bunch of stamps. Like, I know I got, like, a butterfly and some things. So it could be, like, a outside scene type of deal. And then a plane going across the moon or the sun, whatever. I think that'd be kind of cool, maybe. It was such a different type of piece that I wanted to try something with it. But yeah, I got a couple ounces here. 3. Let's see what we're working with tomorrow. I'm going to get up early and get to pouring because I got to have everything ready by Friday. 8, 9, 10, probably close to 11 ounces. I made shot, man. Look how big. This wasn't supposed to do that. It was actually supposed to be more shotty than this, but I poured it too fast. And then, like I showed you guys earlier, I got those half-ounce rounds. That's 9 more of them. I'm going to tone them. I'm going to stamp a CC on them, and I'm going to tone them. So I put out 10 of the regular half-ounce versions last time. And like I did the 1 ounce, I did the regular, and then I did toned. And now I did the half-ounce, and now I'm doing toned again. 5-ouncer. I don't have anything 5-ounce. That Trump round that I made is 4.5. This is the one that didn't work. Thing looks like shit. It's a really hard mold to pour into. I still haven't figured it out yet. But tomorrow I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to put it into the oven, I think, at 550 for like 20 minutes and then pour into it and see what happens. Because I want one in silver. It's 4 ounces, though. So I don't know if you're a Trump fan or not, but if you want something that's 4 ounces, I can pour one of those for you. The shot was from, yeah, it was from the 5-ounce. I melted down 3 of them. And then I had a couple other things that I put with it. There's a video. I posted a video showing how I make shot. But yeah, I poured it way too fast. I should have been a little bit slower. Actually, what I probably should have did is filled that bucket halfway full of ice and then the rest just cold water and then poured into it. That way it would have went through the ice. And by the time it hit the bottom, it would have been solidified, but they would have been a lot smaller. You know what you can do too is you take a sifter, take a steel sifter and dump through the sifter. Like I do when I'm trying to get fine sand. Take one of those that's obviously not used for sand. It's got to be a brand new one. And then dump your silver into that. And then when it goes through those holes, it's small. So if you want to get fine shot, that's the way to do it. I saw some professionals on a YouTube video doing it. I was like, oh, shit, that's how you do it. But yeah, I'm going to have to take this inside to really look at it. I'll try to open it up and see if we can see anything. I got to clean it all up anyway. But I had this in the tumbler earlier for a while. Let's see what we got. This ring is so old, man. I need to either get a new ring or just a new top if you can find them. 3D, have you ever seen just the top or just this ring that goes around it? Because it's getting kind of dry rotted, I think. I don't know how much longer this is going to work. And I have different shot that I use for copper. And then I'll clean it out real good when I go to use silver. Because I do want to do a couple things. Those crosses I'm going to shine up really nice. I did a big hammered cross. And then I did a regular cross I was going to hammer. But it ended up looking really good. And I was like, man, they usually don't turn out this good. So I'm just going to keep that regular. And I might do another one and hammer it. I might do another one of those hearts and do a hammered heart too. A lot of people do hearts, but I haven't seen any hammered hearts out there. I did one and put it out. That was the prototype. I don't even know if I'm going to get this damn thing off. Ugh. That was nice. Drop it right on the freaking dirty floor. When you clean these, you can always see like a little bit of silver. You really got to clean them up real good. It's shiny. I see something looking pretty shiny in there. I really need to take these in water and clean them off real good. I got a little bit right here in this cup, though. That'll work. Look at that. Look at the difference. This is really shiny. And I'm going to stamp out capital currency along it. Yeah, I think that's going to work nice. Look at the difference. I think that's the first time I've tumbled anything in copper in years. What time is it? Is it midnight? $105% tariff tonight on China stuff. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that. Time will tell, I guess. 11:41. Yeah, I just saw T-Bird went live. We should go raid him in a minute. I've never done a raid, so that might be fun. There's only 6 of us, but, you know, there's 7, I guess, including me. If you guys want to do a raid. I see he just went live. It said after midnight, though. It's not even midnight yet, so. Oh, it's 11 for you. That means it's 12 for me. Okay. Or is it 1? Shoot, I don't even know. But anyway, I'm going to clean this stuff up, and I guess we'll go ahead and end this. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. What's up, B. Taylor? Appreciate you stopping in. I was showing all my Capitals memorabilia, a bunch of my Ovechkin stuff earlier, and just popped out here. I guess it's kind of junk to ranch. Here, we're going to go back in for a second. Hang out with me for a minute, and then we'll go raid T-Bird. I want to make sure he is live for a minute. Whoa, almost fell down the steps. That's not good. All right, now I can see the comments again. But yeah, I was showing everybody all my Ovechkin memorabilia. If you don't know, Ovechkin just surpassed Wayne Gretzky for all-time goals. He has 895 goals. And check this out. This was his 323rd goal. They beat Florida 4-0. He scored twice in that game, and this was the 4th goal. So I could figure it out because I knew that. So that was pretty cool. And then this one, he signed this side for me. I met him, and he signed the puck for me. But you can see the puck started to kind of run out. I don't know why he did it upside down, too. I guess he can't read English very well because he is Russian. He signed it upside down. And then the woman was like, oh, the pen ran out. Let's get another puck. And I was like, it's cool. Just sign this side for me. So he signed both sides. Isn't that cool? This was his first year because his first year he got 52 goals. 50 goals and counting. I paid $10 for that. That's probably worth $100 now. Maybe more. Who knows? That's an autographed puck. That's an autographed puck. That's an autographed puck, 40 year. They're at 50 years now. And that's another one. And then he signed my jersey. When he signed this puck for me, he signed my jersey as well. So I got a number 8 autographed jersey there. And then on the front, I met the rest of the team at a thing that they did for at Six Flags for all the season ticket holders. So I got Braden Holtby when we won the Stanley Cup. Braden Holtby, Mike Green, Erskine, number 4. And I'm not sure who these other people are, to be honest. It's been a while. That was showing even my Cal Ripken Jr. Check that out. I don't know if anybody likes baseball, but that's Cal Ripken Jr. right there with the whole rest of the team. And this is cool if you guys like gold. 24 karat gold stamp. It says 1682/5. So I don't know if this is 5 out of 1682 or what. It's got a certificate of authenticity. It probably says it on there. Well, that says serial number 5034. Iron Man. Anyway. Check it out. This is from when I played baseball. We came in first place, 1988. First place, and we got this tiny-ass trophy. And check that out. That's another, that's Cal Ripken right there, too. Cal Ripken Jr. I got those when my grandmother passed away. But some of the pours, so I was telling you, I did a hammered cross. Remember, I got that $8 cross? I poured this as about 1.5 ounces and then hammered it. I still need to stamp it. And then this one I was going to hammer too and just have a smaller one. But this turned out pretty nice. I think I'm going to leave this the way it is because I like it. And then I did another praying hands in silver. That's a number 1 for copper. This is a number 9 for silver. I got 10 of the 1/2 ounce rounds. I did that Trump round that kind of looks all right. I don't know. Then I did another one of these. That's the spearhead that I found in the ground. I might do one in silver. I'm not sure yet. Then we got this in copper. We got that in copper. I'm going to try tomorrow and pour a bunch of shit. I got a flying turtle. Where, look at that. I showed you that 3D. That one little spot. The turtle looks amazing, except for that. So I'm going to cut this off, sell that as a number 1 turtle, not a flying turtle. And I still got that peace sign from the last time. I still got that one left if anybody is into that. I'm going to do a couple eagles. This is the Punisher. And I think tomorrow I'm going to try to knock these 2 out. Although I might Thursday do one live. I might do this one live because it's kind of tricky the way you got to do it. And I think that'll be a fun one to do. Let me get this jacket off. I'm sweating my balls off. But anyway, the cheap junk thingy. We can make cheap junk here though. Sweet. I try not to tell people what to do. Nice. The non-flying turtle, yeah. Got the non-flying turtle. I wasn't even going to do a flying turtle. The only reason I did that is because everybody in the chat, 7 was, I think, the one that said to keep it on there first because everybody liked the way it stands up. And I think people that play cards like to have stuff. Like when they're at the table playing cards. That's why OC wanted to get a couple of them. So I don't know if I'm going to try to knock another flying turtle out for Friday. Or I don't know if I have time. It took me 3 hours to get this from the time I started the sand to the time I poured. It took 3 hours. So it's a very time-consuming piece. But I want to have a couple more. I want to do a couple more sand casts for copper. And then do a couple more pours with silver. And hopefully I can make enough money where I can buy a little bit of shot. Because I got a place where I can get some shot for spot price. I'm kind of hoping it falls a little bit more by the time I do that, but to see what happens. No, don't. This freaking cat is trying to. Why are you even in here? Come on. I love you, girl, but you need to go out. But anyway, we got 18 likes. If anybody didn't smash the like button, please feel free to double tap the screen. It would be awesome to get to 20 before I go. But here, these are something cool if you guys are into coins and hockey. I didn't get Ovechkin. I was really hoping to get Ovechkin, but I got this guy from the Minnesota Wild. And some of these are silver. These are not silver. It's still a limited edition. There's only 4,500 of these made, so it is pretty cool. But it's just the regular type. And it tells you on the back here. So this might be platinum. This is gold. This is silver. And then this is the one that I just showed you. Crosby and Ovechkin were the silver ones. This is silver plate. And then this is something else. And then this is gold plate. Oh, this was the one that's 3/9 fine, the whole thing. So I think it's an ounce. But anyway, that's the only time I ever bought these. They were kind of expensive. And I think they only sell for like $5 each. So Not the greatest thing in the world. But yeah, man, I don't know. I kind of wanted to open up these tonight and see what we could find, but I might do that on another day. I got a bunch of cards to open up. I got some more hockey cards. I got a Stars card. And this is all rookies in here. Star Rookies box set from 2021. So that might be cool, especially if you get something that has like an autograph or something in it. There's not much in here, and it was expensive. And then I have some Walking Dead cards too, and then a couple more hockey packs. Might get into at some point. I love that stuff, man. I might get some more of those Garbage Pail Kid stickers too. I opened up a pack of these one night. We did a late night with Cap and opened up these, and I sold a couple in that next auction. I might throw up a couple more of these if anybody's into Garbage Pail Kids. I put them in hard cases, and what I was doing is I got some doubles where it has different names. It's the same picture, but with a different name at the bottom. And I put out 10 of them, and it was 2 of each. So it was 5 different cards, but 10 different names. And I have a few more of those, so I might do that again. I can't remember where I started at. It wasn't too expensive. So this is something from the Stanley Cup playoffs when they won the Stanley Cup. They played New York. This was the first round. I used to wear these pins, man. I used to love this pin on my jersey. I wear a Backstrom jersey now. 35-year. I have this. They're at 50 years now, but I have this on my jersey, my Ovechkin jersey. And then that was the 40-year anniversary. The puck surprise. So you pay $40. You go up to a table. You pick up. You look at the bottom, and it has a number on the back. And until you open it, that's all you know. So this one was number 8, so I knew I got Ovechkin. And that was pretty cool. That's how I got 3 of them. And then this one was the same thing, but we met him after the game because there's people. What you do is there's a bunch of signatures from the whole team, multiples of just everybody. You don't know who you're going to get. And 5 of them in that table don't have a signature on it. And you got to go meet whoever the player was after the game. They do it every year. And just so happened that it was Ovechkin that year, and we won. So I got to go meet him after the game. He signed my puck on both sides, and he signed my jersey. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, I saw a puck. The one that is, so this is 323. There was one that was 498 selling for $8,000. Then there was another one that was like 600 and something that was selling for $4,000. So this being 323, man, I don't know. I feel like I might be able to put that up for 4,000 or 5,000, and somebody might be dumb enough to buy it. I sure as hell wouldn't buy something like that. But man, when stuff like this happens and records get beat, especially because it took somebody 31 years to break Gretzky's record, and who knows how many years it'll be again. So these things are going for big bucks. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I try to put it up and see what happens? I'll put it up in the auction for $5,000 and see what happens. I know nobody's going to buy it in our community, but silver is around $29.75. Yep, it fell a little bit more. It was $29.89 earlier. Yeah, I've been doing hockey for a lot of years. That's what I'm saying. This puck right here is from his rookie year because he scored 52 goals that year. You know how many? So most hockey players don't score 40 goals. A lot of good players are like in the 30s. And so he had a 52 his first year. His second year, he had 46. His third year, he had 65 goals. Like double what most other people do. Crazy. And I think that was the year when he was, you can type in, go on YouTube and type in most famous Alex Ovechkin goal or something like that. And he slides on the ice, falls, turns around on his back, and over his head hits the puck in as he's on his back and shoots over his head and scores the fucking goal. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I think that was his third year. He's done some amazing goals. I mean, shoot, the one from Sunday when he finally beat the record, like that was an amazing goal too. That went straight into the side. He almost hit the pipe and it didn't even go in. But he totally beat the goalie. I don't even think the goalie saw it coming. If you sell it, you will miss it. Yeah, I probably would. You're definitely right. I mean, I'm a huge fan, but I do need the money, man. That could pay my bills for a couple months. You know what I'm saying? There's a store up the street. It's about 20 minutes from here. I think tomorrow, well, probably not tomorrow, probably like next Monday, I might take a ride just to see what they'll give me for it because I am kind of curious. But I don't know that I would sell it. And of course, they're not going to want to give me like what it's going for. They probably wouldn't even want to pay me half. So, but I do have a certificate of authenticity. I did talk to them one day and they said, well, if it's not verified, I don't know if it's something we'd be into. So like this one, even though it's signed on both sides, and I know he signed it because he signed it for me. I watched him do it. It's not authenticated. So, and these pucks aren't either, which kind of sucks. They do have like little NHL stickers on them a lot of times. Like this one has a NHL sticker on it or capital sticker. So that tends to be good, but a lot of them don't have that. So it's kind of, this one actually does have something. I like this one too. This one's different from all the rest. This is a gift. I'll never get rid of this one. That was one of his early signatures. But you see, it's got Ovechkin number 8, so that kind of authenticates it a little bit. But yeah, man, I have so many pucks. I think I bought 50 of these things. Those puck holders. Because I had so many pucks. I had to buy 50 of the damn things. Gordie Howe, yeah. That's Gretzky beat Gordie Howe 31 years ago. And what's awesome is Gordie Howe was at that game. And then his wife gave Gretzky's wife a gift. And so on Sunday, they stopped the second period. And for like 15, 20 minutes, they were having this huge to-do about Ovechkin scoring, man. They brought out like these carpets and put them on the ice, and all the family came out. Gretzky came out, and, you know, it was freaking awesome. Actually, I just noticed in this picture here, he's wearing that 40-year anniversary thing there. So that's another thing. This is franchise all-time points record, 826. There's only 826 of those made. My arm's kind of in the way. There was only 826 of these made, and that is the 9th. That's number 9 of 826. Franchise all-time points record, and that was in 2014. And then this one is a limited edition. This is number 6 of 2,500 when he won the 2013 Hart Memorial Trophy. And it's cool about it is it has coins. I was going to make a video about these because it has a coin in it, and I thought that'd be something kind of cool. I'll probably be posting that at some point because if there's any hockey fans out there and they're into coins too, I think that'd be a great way to kind of, you know, kill two birds with one stone, I guess, for lack of a better word. And we used to go to the games all the time. I was telling everybody about this earlier. We used to go to the games all the time, and I used to talk to the same lady that worked at one of the stores that was kind of close to our seats, and I used to buy a lot of stuff from her. And we went in there one day, and she was pregnant as hell. And she was like, oh, you're going to have a baby? And she knew I was having a baby, so she bought this puck and gave it to me for my daughter, the woman at the store. Isn't that cool? Even the people at the place are awesome. The workers. But anyway, I digress. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you haven't double tapped the screen, please feel free. I would love to get to 20 before I go, just saying. You don't have to, but it'd be cool. But yeah, this is the last 5-ounce I have. Look at this big ass case. They put it in a 10-ounce case for some reason. Freaking stupid. I can't even get it out to put it in one of the 5s because I melted down 3 of the 5s, so I was going to take this out of the case and put it in the right one because I think that just looks stupid being so thick. And I can't get the damn thing out. But yeah, I was talking earlier about prepping and stuff. I want to definitely start trying to do some prepping videos. And some cooking videos too, man. We just got a Blackstone. I put it together and recorded how to put it together and everything. And then I'm going to season it. And then once I do that, I'll finish that video up and post that. And then we'll start doing some cooking on it. I got a smoker. I just did a pork butt over the weekend, but I didn't really record anything. It was pretty good pork butt too, man. It was pulled pork basically, and I did a rub where I took like 5 different rubs and put them together and made my own rub, and it was delicious. And luckily, I kind of know what I did anyway. But what I did is I made enough in a big bowl, and then I poured it into one of those big spice container things. So I have enough to do a whole nother pork butt without even having to make it again. So that'll be cool. I might just mix up some more and then try to make sure it's right to taste. That way I can taste the other one. But yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, 3D, I don't know if I showed you this earlier. I don't know if you were here, but I got a bunch of brass. Thinking about doing some brass. I've heard good things about brass. Like, it's really easy to work with. It pours a lot better than some other stuff. Like, copper is tough. Apparently, this is better than copper. 34 ounces. I got 5 of these. I think some of them are 32. So I might try to do some brass stuff. I want to do that aluminum that you sent me. Definitely want to get into that. Zimmerman. Totally just showed you some sweet Red Wing silver ounce. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I was trying to tell her. I know she's into the Red Wings. I was kind of hoping she would stop by. Because I know she's a hockey fan. There's those Garbage Pail Kids. I actually pulled these aside for her because I was going to see if she wanted to. That's the Red Wings. It's an autograph from the Red Wing. That's a jersey from a Red Wing. Martin Brodeur. Jonathan Erickson. Jimmy Howard. Nicholas Kronwall. That's just a few that I pulled out the other day, and I was like, well, a while ago when I was doing hockey cards, and we were talking about it. And I said, I probably have a few things that you might be interested in, but never really talked to her again after that about it. Oh, I have this big ass one too. You guys ever seen those big cards? This is a Young Guns rookie card too. Look at this sucker. Look how big that thing is. That's another Devils. And that was the other one I got. I got a Shaquille O'Neal card that's this size. That's worth a pretty good amount of money. I had a Wayne Gretzky card sitting around here somewhere. I don't know what happened to it. Tom Wilson, that's the dude. Watch the game on Thursday. The Capitals play, I think it's Carolina. I guarantee Tom Wilson comes out in the first period and fights somebody. I don't know who it's going to be, but they've been really getting at each other that last 2 games, really. And at the end of the game, about 6 people got kicked out of the game. So you know something's going to happen. Oh, here you go. There's another Red Wings. That's a Dazzlers. But yeah, that's what I'm always looking for, those Young Guns rookie cards. Because usually they're worth about $8 to $10. I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cases like that with cards that are worth at least a couple dollars each. I think about $3 is about the lowest that I usually put those in. Tons of them. They were all good. Yazerman? Is that how you say his name? Yazerman? Yazerman. Yazerman. Zerman. Or is it just Zerman? Gotta hit the sack. Did the hit. Nice. Appreciate that. We got 19. That's nice. Appreciate it. Midnight Eastern. Iserman. Okay. Iserman. Is there a Yezerman too? I feel like Yezerman was like something that I remembered from back in the day. Here, we're going to walk out here one more time because we've been looking at all this stuff. I'm not going to show you my dirty ass stuff everywhere. But here, let me show you. That's my Braden Holtby with a piece of the net. That's one that I framed myself. You can tell it kind of looks a little weird. I bought the picture at the shop at the stadium and then bought a frame for it. This is Mike Green. So you can see the picture's autographed, and then it has his card that has a piece of his jersey in it. Then we have Hall of Fame, Rod Langway. Then we have John Erskine. That was who she liked, so we always collect John Erskine stuff. And he's in the middle of a fight with Patrice Bergeron. Isn't that cool? And then this old one here, that's Doug Jarvis autograph. And then Braden Holtby. That's autograph, but it's not a real, like all the other ones are like kind of, like that's an actual nameplate right there, and it's kind of popped in. This one is just a copy of that for some reason, but it was free. That was something that we got because for being a season ticket holder. And he was the goalie when we won the Stanley Cup. And of course, I always got some Raven stuff laying around. But yeah, that's it. That's all the stuff, man. That's all the stuff from being a season ticket holder. You got all these autographed pucks and pucks that they scored with. And more down here. Pay no attention to the mess. More down here. More down here autographs. Man, I got so many, it's crazy. Like they're freaking everywhere. Another one there. Bunch of cool pictures. I got a whole nother room that has a bunch of them that aren't even hanging. They're just sitting on the damn floor. I need to go through that stuff and try to get rid of a few. I put some stuff up on OfferUp just to see what would happen, but yeah, no. Yeah, I've been collecting since probably not 2006. It was probably the next year, maybe 2007, 2008. Right before, because my daughter was born in 2011. And I was going to the games for a couple years before. And then when me and her got together the year before that, that's when I used to take her to the games all the time. Like that was our thing. We used to go to the games at least once a week. That was kind of our date night. I wish we still did that. It'd be awesome to go to a game, especially now, kind of being sober, being able to remember a little bit more of the game, you know. And she was pregnant when we were going in 2010, 2009, 2010. She was pregnant, so she wasn't drinking. So I had a free ride, man. I'd get hammered, have a good old time. I mean, I'm not a drunk like that. Like I don't get hammered, but I had a pretty good buzz going, I'm sure. Many a night. But yeah, man, those days are over. I haven't had a drink in 8 months or 6 months. This was a puck that almost hit my boy in the face. It was a practice puck. They were practicing, and we were sitting there eating. Both had a beer in their hand, had nachos in their hand. And I saw a puck fly up in the air, and I was like, man, I swear and I'm thinking this. I'm not even saying it out loud. There was two people sitting in front of me. I had a beer in one hand, and I see a puck coming down, and it's heading right next to me, and it goes to hit my friend in the face. And I put my hand out to catch it, but I didn't catch it. I just knocked it down. He didn't know what happened because I almost hit him in the face by doing it. And then the people in front of me, I spilled beer on. So they're turning around, kind of give me the side eye, like, you son of a bitch, you spilled beer on me. And I was like, I'm really sorry. I don't know if anybody saw, but a puck just came through, and I just caught the puck. I tried to catch it. I said, Eric, you almost got hit in the face. He's like, what? I didn't see nothing. I was like, yeah, well, do me a favor. Hand me that puck right there because I don't want to have to jump over you to get it. Just hand it to me. I saved you from getting smacked in the nose with it, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. He was like, yeah, I understand. He picked it up and gave it to me. That's always a fun story. Wild pigs here maybe soon. Waiting on them. Joe Louis was always a blast. Have a scope to see them. Yeah, I got a scope. I got another scope. I might put that up in the auction. I got another little scope that I can't use because I have an Apple computer, and for some reason I could not get that scope to work on my Apple computer. So now I have another one. I'll probably let that one go. But anyway, man, I was really hoping to get to 20 before I got off here. It's all good. I had a good night with you. We've been here 190 minutes. Damn. Ain't that their butts? What are you talking about? Where is the... There we go. Oh, Boom, we hit 20. Appreciate that, guys. So I guess let's get off here and let's go raid T-Bird. What do you guys say? I haven't really done a raid in a while. I think I only did one before, now that I was thinking about that earlier. I thought I never did one, but I feel like we all left to do it at one point, but I really don't remember. So if you guys don't mind, you want to go raid T-Bird? Could somebody put his link down? Is there anybody here that could drop T-Bird's link? I don't think I can do it, because I probably could do it on the laptop. Yeah, I don't know if I could figure that out. I'd probably mess it up. Damn, there's only 4 of us here anyway. 3D, can you drop that for me? You know how to drop his link? There you go. Although I don't know if that's something we can click on.
Slap coins. I've got a few slap coins too.
Oh, I can hear.
I just showed him a
live
couple different times.
Live?
I got some MS70s. I showed them multiple times.
Guys, can you hear that?
But this is from the emergency production one from COVID. Don't got my glasses, but that's an MS70 American Silver Eagle.
Can you hear that, or is that just me?
That's another MS70 that I got. It's a burnished Silver Eagle, I believe.
MS70 burnished? What?
The first day of issue. Oops, sorry.
I clicked on that link and I can hear him.
I've got.
But I'm still looking at my live
more
stream.
than that. I mean,
That's cool as shit. I didn't even know I could do that.
I don't have.
I can sit here and listen to T-Bird and be live at the same time.
This is just from PCGS, a 1974 Prestige 1960 or 69.
I clicked on that link. It did work.
PCAM clad.
Anyway,
the capsule's
I'm gonna click on the computer.
Up. I do a lot of collecting like that.
Go to channel.
I don't know what other slabs I got out here.
I'm off here, so I'm not gonna be able to see the comments anymore. Oh wait, that went to you. Was that
like
your
that
link?
Cartier Yoda.
No, it could have been your link because
like that Yoda Queen. Forgot I had him out here. He was buried.
To go to channel thing.
He was buried amongst with these couple of these maples I got 2016s.
Oh, yes.
I got these back about a half a year ago.
All right, we're gonna go.
I don't got a
hang out with
local coin shop anywhere around.
All right, guys, I appreciate you stopping by.
About 60 to 100 miles or more. But I have these